You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions, secured against evolving threats, and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
Allegany Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegany Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegany Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleganyElectric.com.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the PIAA Class 1A Championship broadcast on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. We are live at Chapman Field on the campus of Cumberland Valley High School in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, getting ready for this 1A championship game between the Port Allegany Gators, the District 9 champions, and the District 6 champion, Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders. I'm Chris Rossetti. I'm alongside Andy Close. And again, we are brought to you by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. Looking for a great place to eat before or after the game, then go to Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany, where you always get a great meal. Order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. Andy Close, what a day for the northern tier of District 9 championship football at the state level for the first time in the northern tier since 1992.
Yeah, we talk about District 9, not really being here that much before, just the fourth and fifth time with Central Clarion playing tomorrow. But that Smethport team in 92, the last team, from the north really to make it. And Coach DeFilippi ran, had those legendary teams in Smethport in the 90s. But this Port Allegany program has kind of, I don't want to take anything away from them, but kind of duplicated what they've done really over the last decade or so. Originally in 2012 when Mike Bodemer was the coach, and now under Coach Justin Biankowski, and something I'll get into a little bit as we go on here. But talking to Justin Biankowski the other day, he was the first to credit Mike Bodemer for really laying the foundation for what this program has become, and what's become is a team that's playing for a state championship today.
This is the Closest Lumber pregame show with locations in Rowlett and Olean, New York. Closest Lumber has been your trusted home improvement center since 1974. ClosestLumber.com. Today's stream powered by Oil Country Crates. Your products, our protection. OilCountryCrates.com. Drive to today's game. Both Andy and I made the drive last night. Andy's a little bit more harrowing than mine, as he left a little later. It is brought to you by the Warren Tire Center, where Corky and Company will make sure you get to the game in comfort. WarrenTireCenter.com. And Andy is grateful for the Warren Tire Center's tires last night, that's for sure. The Port Allegany band right now on the field playing here in the pregame, and that's the other thing that gets to happen. It's not just about the football team, Andy. It's about things like the band, the cheerleaders, the school community. I mean, they shut down Port Allegany School District today. Might have gotten shut down anyhow if they hadn't, but
Yeah.
because of the snow. But they shut down the school, and you look out in the stands, and there's a lot of orange here on the home sideline. Is Port Allegany the home team today?
It's such a unique experience, again, for a school, for any school to get here. But there's such pride. And it's not just, I think we talk about this as a District 9 wide thing. When you see a team make a run like the Gators have, it's not just the Port Allegany community, though the community has been tremendously supportive, almost overwhelming, Coach Biankowski said, but it's the surrounding communities. It's the Smithports, it's the Austins, the Emporiums, the Cowders. They all get behind these teams as they go on these runs. It's really, really such a unique thing, and really, once in a lifetime opportunity.
I saw a Facebook post yesterday, Andy. It was from the Shingle House Police Department, which I didn't even know they had a police department in Shingle House. But, they do, and the Shingle House police car had Grinch, the Grinch in the back seat, and it had the caption on it, "Arrested for rooting against the Gators." And of course, Oswego Valley plays in a football co-op with Otto Eldred, but today they're all Gators. And in fact, not just in the northern tier, I think all over District 9 they're Gators today, just like I think tomorrow they'll all be Wildcats. It's an historic week here in the state championships, with District 9 having two teams playing for state titles. Of course, Central Clarion plays Troy tomorrow. We'll have that game right here. Larry Weiser and I will be on the call from Chapman Field right here at this time tomorrow as well. I mean, Andy, you and I have both been doing this a long time in D9, and I'm not sure I saw it coming.
No, I mean, we knew these teams were good. I mean, obviously, typically going into a season, there are always surprises, but you typically know who the good teams in your district are going to be. It's one thing to be good. It's another thing to get to this point. I mean, obviously, we talk about how rare it is in District 9. Only 3 times before this has it happened. And now it's happened, twice in the same year. And to your point, too, not just that they got here, but I think something we have to talk about, too, is how they got here. I know it's something, you talked about, but just completely dominating Whitfield opponents in the state semifinals. That's not something we're used to District 9 teams doing.
No, it's not. And we'll take a closer look at that when we come back here on High School Football on the YDL Sports Network, brought to you by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany, inside the Closest Lumber pregame show. We'll be right back after these messages.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaport-allegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators! From top-notch tools to expert advice, Closest Lumber has your do-it-yourself and home improvement needs covered. Our services are tailored to meet your every need. Trust us as your local experts in one-stop shop for convenience, quality, and unmatched expertise in all things hardware. For over 50 years, Closest Lumber, with locations in Rowlett, PA, and Olean, New York, has been your trusted home improvement center. So stop in today or visit our online showroom at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your home improvement headquarters since 1973. Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699
or send them an email at khawver@4kmc.com. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill. Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Back here inside the Closest Lumber pregame show, Fox's Pizza, high school football on the YDL Sports Network, audio-only broadcast today, as we're about 20 minutes from the start of this PIAA Class 1A championship game between Port Allegany and Bishop Guilfoyle. And let's take a look at how these teams got here, brought to you by Generational Wealth Management. Find out more at gwm.nm.com. Bishop Guilfoyle 14-1 on the year, Andy, and that one loss was in the LHAC championship game to Penn Cambria, who went on to play in the state semifinals, losing to Avonworth last week. The LHAC East, they play in the East 1. Clearfield plays in the East 2. So they play up a little bit. They play Bald Eagle. They play Bishop McCord. They've got Central Martinsburg on the schedule, Tyrone, Bellwood Antis, those kind of teams. And then they get into the district playoffs, and they defeated in District 6 Juniata Valley 49-0. Claysburg Kimmel 49-7. Northern Cambria 42-18. Then they get to the, and that was a state playoff game. And then they defeat everybody's preseason favorite Westinghouse 56-15, and then they take down Muncie in the semifinals 21-6.
Yeah, that Westinghouse score, not just the fact that they beat them, but I think, for people that were out covering other games, and I was one of them, when you saw that, the way that game was going, that was eye-opening. You're talking about a Westinghouse team that came within a point or two of beating Southern Columbia in the 2A title game, a year ago, and for Guilfoyle to do what they did in that game specifically was incredibly impressive. And I got the opportunity to talk to Justin Wheeler, the BG coach, and he said that Penn Cambria loss really kind of reset them a little bit. He felt they had some opportunities late in that game that just didn't go their way. But in talking to him, he kind of feels like it was maybe the best thing that could have happened to them, and judging by the results since then, he'd be correct.
This is a Bishop Guilfoyle team that has been here, done that. They won the state championship. You and I were at it in 21-14 over the Red Bank Valley Bulldogs. They won they lost the state title game in 2019 in overtime, 10-7 to Farrell. They beat Clairton in 2016 to win a state title. They beat Farrell in 2015 to win a state title. They beat Clairton in 2014 to win a state title. So this is a program that is used to playing here, that knows what to expect. On the other hand, we've talked about it. Port Allegany is in its first ever state title game. What advantage does BG have because they've been here, done that as a program?
Well, I think maybe from a coaching perspective, there's a been there, done that before. But really for this group, I mean, you're talking 2021 the last time when they were here. I mean, that group that's seniors is, freshmen on that team. So I don't know how much of an advantage that actually is. Of course, that game was at Hershey Park Stadium. We've since moved to Cumberland Valley. But there is something to be said, for being here before. And what else I find interesting I want to touch on is the Red Bank Valley connection here. Of course, BG beating Red Bank in the 2021 state title game. But not only that, of course, Port beating Red Bank twice this year, including the D9 title game. But Red Bank Valley probably most closely resembles what BG is going to do from Port Allegany perspective in terms of who they've played this year. So there's a lot to be gleaned from that. This is a team that really, likes to is very talented, through the air, and I think we're going to see that here today, despite the wind conditions.
Yeah, and talking about how you get here, Port Allegany steps in, record of 14 wins and no losses. a little bit of a struggle in week 1 against Keystone 35-18. Then they blew out Smethport 73-6. And then the game that I think defined that they were going to be the favorites. They hosted Red Bank Valley on a Saturday afternoon up in Port Allegany, and they ran 1 third down play that entire game, and that happened after the mercy rule was in place. That kind of gave you an idea of how good this team was.
Yeah, they really haven't looked back since. And again, like we talked about, earlier, we knew they were good. We knew, between them and Red Bank Valley, they were the two favorites. These are kind of the two over the last 5-6 years ago, have been the premier Class A programs in District 9. But that game really kind of set the tone. Like, okay, they're that good. And they really haven't looked back since then.
Yeah, the one game that kind of sticks out on the schedule was that Ridgeway game on September 27th.
Well,
it was 41-34. It wasn't quite that close.
Right,
but it still stands out a little bit as a game where maybe Port realized, hey, we've got to really focus every week in and week out.
Yeah. And looking at this team, they just and what they do to teams and what they did even to a Whitfield team in Fort Cherry last week, they obviously with Bliss, I mean, he's such a physical runner, but that offensive line, they just wear you down over the course of the game. And that's why I'm interested to see how this game plays out today against a BG team that really, from a size standpoint, matches up. It's a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, and then you get into the playoffs for Port Allegany. They took Keystone, who they struggled with a little bit in week 1 and beat them 57-14 in the playoffs. Then that was in a semifinal game. They got a bye into the semifinals. Then they rematched with Red Bank Valley, and it was 62-28. Wilmington, the District 10 champion, played with them for a while. At the end of the day, it was still 38-20. And then they played Fort Cherry, and Matt Sieg, who's got the offer from Penn State, verbal committed there, and beat Red Bank Valley. Played in the championship game a year ago, losing to Steelton Highspire, and yet everybody thought Fort Cherry was going to win that game, and you were there, Andy, and it was no contest the other way.
They just
46-8.
They just, I guess I don't know why I was surprised. I don't know why we should be surprised. They did what they have done pretty much against everyone. They just pound you and pound you and pound you, and they just wore Fort Cherry down. Bliss, it's funny. I think you could see it today. He's picking up 2 yards. He's picking up 3 yards early in the game against Fort Cherry. Then they're becoming 5 and 6 yards runs, and then he's busting off those long ones because they just wore Fort Cherry down, and it was impressive from a standpoint it was a Whitfield team that did that against. So there's no fear factor here in terms of being on this stage against because they've seen this before.
No question. Those are your road to the championship, brought to you by Generational Wealth Management. Generational Wealth Management with locations in Bradford and Erie. Check them out online at gwm.nm.com. Adam Jack, one of the people at Generational Wealth Management, speaking of somebody who had a lot of success in District 9 at Smethport as the head coach. And big shout out to Adam and his crew for jumping on and sponsoring football all year. We're going to step aside here. Thanks some more of our great sponsors, and special shout out to everybody in the Port Allegany area who jumped on board to sponsor today's game. We'll be back here on Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. High school football on the YDL Sports Network inside the Closest Lumber pregame show.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
For over a century, the Friendly Inn has been an integral part of the Raleigh community. Generations have cherished memories of dining at the inn, growing up in its warm embrace, and some even enjoying their first legal drink. Stop in and enjoy a friendly burger, lager burger, or another customer favorite, our cheese sticks. Try our jumbo wings in over 15 different sauces, including our house-made friendly sauce and maple Cajun. Join us on the first Saturday of every month for a prime rib dinner. Like us on Facebook. Pilhar's Friendly Inn. Cold beverages, great food, good company.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegany, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end.
Back here at Chapman Field, getting ready for this PIAA Class 1A championship game between Port Allegany and Bishop Guilfoyle, brought to you by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. Looking for a great place to eat before, during, or after the game, then go to Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany, where you'll get a great meal. Order online at foxespizzaport.allegany.com. It's time for our Allegany Grill and Foxburg players to watch here inside the Closest Lumber pregame show. Closest Lumber with locations in Roulette and Olean, New York. ClosestLumber.com, your trusted home improvement center for over 50 years. Taking a look here at our Allegany Grill of Foxburg players to watch. And again, the Allegany Grill, where you come for the food and stay for the view. AlleganyGrill.com. Andy, we'll start with the Bishop Carroll Marauders and who are the key players for them.
Yeah, I'm going to start out with, Hamilton Gates. Obviously, you look at the numbers leading among teams that enter their stats on Max Preps, which is most of them, leads the state in receiving 92 receptions, over 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. But what stands out to me, too, is over 700 rushing yards as well and 19 touchdowns. He's a kid that they'll line him up all over the place. He's got good size. They look to get him the ball in a variety of different ways. And on a day where, it's a little windier, wind gusting, 20 miles an hour plus, where the passing game might be limited a little bit, I look for them maybe to even get more creative, in getting him the football. Just a really, really, I was actually watching a couple of highlights. Just a really solid athlete.
And then for Port Allegany, it obviously starts and ends with Aiden Bliss. We'll get into the linemen because they're so important to them too, but we've got to start with Aiden Bliss, just the 11th player in state history to run for over 3,000 yards in a season.
Yeah, best season by a running back in District 9 history. And to your point, one of the best seasons in state history, to be honest with you. And again, much like the offensive line, he's a kid. And I was talking to Carson Neely, I think it was after one of the games, and he just said, it's fun doing your job and then watching Aiden break tackles down the field because that's the kind of runner he is. And, it's funny talking to some people. He might not be like the biggest or the fastest or the strongest, but he's pretty freaking big, he's pretty freaking fast, and he's pretty freaking strong. It's just he's a complete running back. He can turn the corner, he can get to the outside, but I think where he's most comfortable is punishing you between the tackles, getting to that second level, really making life miserable on opposing defenses.
So those are, and then the offensive line. It starts with Carson Neely. Neely has been our 2-time District 9 Offensive Lineman of the Year on the YDL Sports Network, D9 and 10sports.com. Also UC Young, but it's a group as a whole that is just really, really solid.
Yeah, you talk about Ethan Tarbox and Braden Babcock and Tyler Philhart on that line as well. But yeah, to your point, starts with Neely. He's just a mauler. Obviously a great wrestler, heavyweight, committed to Clarion. Him and Young, both 4-year starters on that offensive line, really set the tone for that group and have really brought those other guys along as the season has gone on. They've come into their own as well. It is a complete unit. It's a punishing unit, as you've heard me say 2 or 3 times already. It's a unit that has just worn teams down over the course of games this season. They've been phenomenal all year.
Those are your players to watch, brought to you by the Allegany Grill in Foxburg. We've got some more great sponsors here to thank. We'll be back here on Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tonesta, Tonesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tonesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tonestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today. Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility, offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
Back here on Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany, high school football on the YDL Sports Network, D9 and 10, sports.com. Chris Rossetti alongside Andy Close inside the semi-warm press box at Chapman Stadium, or Chapman Field on the campus of Cumberland Valley High School, getting ready for this Class 1A football championship game between Bishop Guilfoyle and Port Allegany. It's now time for our Verischetti Holdings keys to the game, verischettiholdings.com.
I'm going to keep this real simple from the Port Allegany perspective. It's a recipe they followed for 15 weeks this season. Control the line of scrimmage. Do what you do. Again, talking to Justin Biankowski the other day, he's like, we'll throw in a little wrinkle here and there, but we're going to stay true to what we do. You're going to see a lot of the same things. It's not complicated, but man, has it been effective all year. And on the defensive side for them, I'm curious. They have got burned in the passing game a little bit at times this year, and this is obviously an excellent BG passing attack. But I'm curious to see how much the weather plays a factor here. No, it's not snowing or raining or anything, but it is very, very windy down on the field. So I look for BG. I would think maybe a little more run heavy today than usual, and you would think that's something that would favor the Gators. And from the BG perspective, looking at them defensively, you got to come in waves. With this offensive line, Aiden Bliss, one guy, as we've seen all year, isn't going to bring him down. You need to gang tackle. You need to be on the ball. You need to not allow him to get those yards after contact that he's been so great at all year. And no one's really been able to do that this year. And that'll obviously, if BG wants to win this game, that's something they have to do.
Let's take a look at our rehab center officials for today's game. Referee is William Sharpless Jr. Umpire Stephen Geiger. Head linesman Francis Doyle. Line judge Kerry Kalinowski. Field judge Stephen Kalinowski. Side judge Keith Snell. Back judge Christopher Schoen. The chain crew today, Sonia Isis, Tim McMahon, and Rich Needham. We'll be back here as we are now just a few minutes away from the start of this PIAA championship game here on the YDL Sports Network, brought to you by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany, PA.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Alfredo Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
You'll always score a great deal on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempest Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Rays Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Tempest Supply and Service is your one-stop shop for high-quality home parts, including doors, windows, furnaces, steps, and essential supplies.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
At Clearview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clearview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion. Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
Back here at Chapman Field inside Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. Chris Rossetti alongside Andy Close, closing out here the Close's Lumber pregame show with locations in Roulette and Olean, New York. Close's Lumber has been your trusted home improvement center for over 50 years. ClosesLumber.com. And Andy, it's going to be a 1:10 p.m. kickoff here. I know they said 1 o'clock on the brackets, but it's going to be 1:10. Is 1 o'clock is when they're bringing everything together here. Is Bishop Guilfoyle takes the field right now, and Port Allegany about to take the field as the Gator fans are on their feet and bringing the noise as Port Allegany coming onto the field, led by big number 51, Carson Neely, carrying the American flag. So Great to see also down there, number 15, Tristan Kaiser. And Kaiser was hurt in that game against Red Bank Valley in the district championship. It looked really serious at the time. Got to play a little bit on defense in the game against Fort Cherry. And it was nice to see him running out there. Like, you might even see him on offense today a little bit.
Yeah, and just getting him back on defense, as one of the leaders of that defense from his linebacker position, just so important getting him back on that Fort Cherry game. Curious to see if he gives it a go on offense. But in his stead, Kellen Veyu has played very well in the backfield for the Gators. So I think either way, I think they feel pretty comfortable on that situation. But no doubt, it was tough. I know talking to Tristan, it was tough for him missing that quarterfinal game against Wilmington. But they are certainly happy to have him back.
So we get ready for the coin toss. Representing the Gators will be Aiden Bliss, Carson Neely, and Yuso Young. For the Bishop Guilfoyle, it is Chase Kissel, Hamilton Gates, Joseph Eckenrod, and Nick McCloskey. So Bishop Guilfoyle in the white uniforms as the visiting team, Port Allegany in their black and orange as the home team. It'll be the call by Guilfoyle here, and sure, this is just ceremonial at this point, as we've unless they change that during the during the championship game. But we'll wait and see who wins this toss here, and looks like Guilfoyle has won the toss, and they do want to take the football. So the Marauders have won the toss, and they will receive to start this PIAA Class Single A championship game. And as we get ready for our national anthem, which will be sung by Braden Brothers of Tamanka High School. I think I got that pronounced right. So as we go for the anthem, we will step aside one last time. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators! From top-notch tools to expert advice, Closest Lumber has your do-it-yourself and home improvement needs covered. Our services are tailored to meet your every need. Trust us as your local experts in one-stop shop for convenience, quality, and unmatched expertise in all things hardware. For over 50 years, Closest Lumber, with locations in Rowlett, PA, and Olean, New York, has been your trusted home improvement center. So stop in today or visit our online showroom at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your home improvement headquarters since 1973. Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill. Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at portalleganychiropractic.com and oleanchiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
Well, Andy Close, the talking is all over. It's now time for championship football here on the YDL Sports Network. First quarter brought to you by Port Allegany Chiropractic. Your back always scores big when you get an adjustment from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic. PortAlleganyChiropractic.com.
Yeah, it's all the pregame hype festivities are over. This is fun. Let's play a state championship game here.
So I'm getting ready to kick off here. Jared Funk will tee it up for the Gators.
Just a note on that too. Coach Biankowski told me Funk hurt his foot. He's actually been kicking with his left foot.
Interesting.
Of course, Funk. Yes, Funk also a standout on the Gator soccer team. Very good basketball player as well.
Waiting for Bishop Guilfoyle to send back its deep men here. So it'll be number 18, Hamilton Gates, and number 3, Braden Riley, back deep for the Marauders.
And I'll tell you, that wind is noticeable. The ball already blew off the tee. Funk just got it on there.
Yep.
So I think someone's going to have to hold that. It is. I can't understate that how much of a factor the wind is here right now.
Yeah, the Gators will be kicking off from right to left on your computer screen.
Yeah, so Ethan Tarbox is going to come hold this for Jared Funk.
He's got to come over and hold it because Funk's kicking off left-footed now, as you mentioned. Ambidextrous kicker. So Funk is ready. And we're underway, and it's going to go to about the 14-yard line where it's taken by Gates. He's up over the 25, at the 30, over the 30, and that's where he'll be brought down at about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line, which is where Bishop Guilfoyle will put things in play to start this PIAA Class 1A championship game.
And I'll tell you what, that's already a positive for Port Allegany because one thing they didn't do well last week against Fort Cherry was cover kicks. Fort Cherry had several kickoff returns into Port territory, so much better coverage there from the Gators.
Chase Kissel coming out here from the 32-yard line for...
Again, Kissel over 3,000 yards passing this season.
They'll go with 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Kissel in the shotgun. Kissel will keep it in, or in fact, that's not Kiesel. That is, that was Kiesel, wasn't it, Andy?
I believe it was. He lost yardage there, lost a yard.
Back to the 31-yard line. Thought I saw number 12 with the ball there. That's what, but I don't have a number 12 on their roster.
Oh, it was Consiglio, 42. Okay.
Okay. I knew I saw a 2 there.
And Consiglio, their leading rusher on the season, 1,123 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Second down and 11 here. They're going to go out of a pistol formation. They're going to hand it to Consiglio again. He's got a little bit of room, and he'll dive forward for about 6 on the play out to the 37-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Marauders.
Yeah, much better job by the BG offensive line there. And that second play opened up a nice hole on the left side, sets up a 3rd and manageable.
The wind is going against the Marauders right now. A little surprised at the wind that they would take the football.
Look at that.
The ball just blew backwards 2 yards. The wind is so hard. And I was just about to say, I was a little surprised that with the wind, they elected to take the football and not defer and have the choice to play with the wind. So now out of the gun. Looking to throw. Still looking to throw is Kiesel. He throws it, and it is picked off and then dropped. Oh, having it was Nick Wilfong, and he dropped it at the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you, that was great. I know we didn't get the interception. That was great coverage. They were looking to go there to the right side, and it was well defended. Kissel really had nowhere to go with the football and almost throws an interception.
So the Port Allegany defense comes up with the stop. It looks like it's Nick McCloskey back to punt here for Bishop Guilfoyle. Can't see who's deep right now.
That's Kellen Veyu.
Oh, and the punt is a ground ball punt, and it hits one of the Port Allegany players and goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of the Gators. That was almost disastrous for Port Allegany.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I mean, there's no way to expect that. I mean, that ball, it got about 2 feet before it started, rolling on the ground, and it hits the foot of one of the Port return team guys there, and out of bounds, luckily for them.
So Ethan Tarbox, the center for the Gators, just put his foot down on the football to keep it right there at the 45-yard line.
I see Aiden Bliss already getting his crowd fired up.
Brennan
there.
Philhart will be the quarterback. He'll come out of the pistol with Bliss behind him. 2 receivers to the right. Single back is Bliss. And it's a handoff to Bliss, and he goes straight forward. He's not going to get anything on that. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line of Port Allegany.
One thing, I know it's only one play, but one thing I'm curious to see is if they do shut him down early, do they try and open things up a little bit, or do you just, again, stick with your bread and butter? And look at that ball moving.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Gators. Now Bliss will be the sidecar to Philhart in the shotgun. Low snap, handoff to Bliss. Bliss powers his way for about 5 yards up to midfield.
And again, you see the power there, too. He was hit at about the 47 and falls forward all the way to the 50. Yeah, that's 3 extra yards. That's something, again, he's done all season.
Well, Aiden Bliss comes in, says he's playing at 220 pounds now, 6 foot 220. I mean, that's a NFL-size fullback type.
That's a lot to try and bring down.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Gators at midfield. They're going to go in the Wildcat here with Bliss.
And this is something they do quite a bit.
Bliss will take the Wildcat snap. He hits on the edge. He's got room. He's at the 45. Out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. They get the 38 of Bishop Guilfoyle. It'll be a pickup of 12, and it's a Tenesta Builder Supply 1st down for Port Allegany.
And there again, you see the speed almost sneaky, because you look at me and you wouldn't think that, but able to get the edge there relatively easily and get more than enough yards for a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for Port Allegany at the 38-yard line of Bishop Guilfoyle. Just underway here in the PIAA Class 1A State Championship game from Chapman Field in Mechanicsburg, PA. Again, out of the Wildcat is Bliss. He's going to go off the right end this time. He's going to push his way forward for about 2 yards to the 36-yard line. It looks like where they're going to mark him.
Yeah, much better job by the Guilfoyle defense on that play. Kind of hit him, and he kind of went sideways, not allowing him to pick up extra yardage there.
Give him 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Again, out of the Wildcat is Bliss.
And heavy right here.
Takes the snap. He's going to go to his left, and he is going to pick up about a yard, and the ball is loose, and I think Guilfoyle has it. So Bliss fumbled that football. That was a problem in that game against Wilmington, and Guilfoyle does recover at the 37-yard line. He had 2 fumbles in that Wilmington game, and that's something that didn't come back and bite him in that game, Andy, but they were on a drive here, and Bliss turns it over with the fumble.
Yeah, it's a tough break and a great play there by the BG defense, but to your point, he put the ball on the ground twice, and Vayu also put the ball on the ground once in that Wilmington game as well. Ball security definitely going to be an issue here, already rearing its head.
So 1st down and 10 for Bishop Guilfoyle at their own 37 following the fumble. Kissel will put a man in motion, and he'll flip to that man. That is Gates. Gates tries to hit the edge, and he's not going to get very much, maybe a yard or 2 on the play, up to about the 38. We'll give him a pickup of 1.
And that's something. Gates a good athlete. We saw that with the Gators, last week against Matt Sig, of course, the Penn State commit. Didn't allow him to get the edge really at all either, and that's going to be key against Gates today. Another good athlete.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 9. As now one of the officials realizes he's probably just going to have to hold the football until they're up to the line of scrimmage and ready to go. So 2nd down and 9 for BG here. They'll go 2 sidecars to each side of Kissel. Kissel will hand it on a sort of a reverse type play to Gates, and Gates will get up over the 40 to about the 41. Only a pickup of 3. Port Allegany did a good job that time of holding its keys.
Yeah, that was a little misdirection there. Again, they're going to do that with Gates all game, a variety of ways and a variety of motions to get him the football. But to your point, a good job by the Gator defense there to hold steady and limit it to about a gain of 3 yards.
It'll be 3rd down and 6 for Port Allegany, or for Bishop Guilfoyle, at their own 41-yard line. 7:06 to go on a running 1st quarter clock. No score between the Gators and Bishop Guilfoyle. Out of the shotgun is Kissel, looking to throw, rolls to his right, looking downfield, and he throws it, and he skips it in there. He was looking for Jake Kissel.
Yeah, and he had him open for a minute initially. I just wonder, how hesitant that takes a lot of arm strength to kind of cut through this wind here. I just don't know how effective the passing game is going to be today.
Now McCloskey will come on to punt again. Remember that last punt barely got off the ground. So if you're Port Allegany, you better be paying real close attention to where that football's at. It hit them and bounced out of bounds the last time. Bayou, the deep man for the Gators. This time it's a higher punt. It's short, though, and it's going to go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. My goodness, this has an opportunity, and they're going to keep walking up.
The 40, maybe? The 36.
They're going to call it out of bounds at the 36. There's no way.
That's probably – I thought that was a little generous, but nevertheless, I mean, that's still good starting field position for the Gators.
So Port Allegany will take over at their own 36-yard line. 6:44 to go here in the quarter. I say no way, Eddie, because I'm not even sure the ball got out of bounds at the 36.
No, I didn't think it did either. But, nevertheless, that is where
where they will take over here, and they'll go again in the Wildcat. Nope, they're going to go under center this time. And here's the handoff to Bliss, and Bliss powers his way forward, and he'll be tackled at about the 37, maybe the 30, or 39, excuse me. They're going to give him a pickup of 4 on that play.
Yeah, again, falling forward. Hayden Hosgood had the initial penetration there for BG. Did a good job, but Bliss just able to pick up those extra yards.
It'll be second down and call it 6 here. The 39. Yeah, they've got to get out to the 46. So, I guess second and 7. Second down and 7. Under center goes Philhart. He'll hand it to Bliss, and Bliss will dive right into the line, and Bliss carrying guys all the way out to about the 43, maybe the 44. They're going to mark him down at the 44-yard line. So, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2, and that was just vintage Aiden Bliss right there.
Yep. And just one of it is Vayu out there on offense and not Kaiser, so it looks like it'll be defense only for Kaiser today.
At least at this point in the game.
Yep.
So now they're going to go 2 backs next to Philhart, and he's going to hand it to Vayu, and Vayu is going to be short. In fact, he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and so that'll bring up a 4th down and 2. And
so they've gone for this times in the past in recent weeks. I think they might again.
They are looking like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 2 at their own 44-yard line.
I think this is going to be Bliss in the Wildcat here.
It's a little surprised they didn't give it to Bliss on 3rd and 2. Now they're looking over. Play clock down to 15. Looks like a little bit of confusion on the Port Allegany part. Play clock down to 10 now. Bliss is in the Wildcat. He'll take the snap. He'll hit the line, and he doesn't get it. And, in fact, he is going to lose yards. He was still on his feet, but they're going to say forward progress was stopped.
He got about a half a yard.
Yeah, and it'll be Bishop Guilfoyle football at the Port Allegany 45-yard line. And
again, that's just strength on strength, and the Marauders won that battle, plain and simple.
Yeah, I go back to the 3rd down call, Andy. I mean, I get it, but, Kellen Vayu is at best your 3rd running back here. And you're in a state championship game, you just keep feeding Bliss until they show that they can stop them.
So good field position here for BG. I agree here at the Port 45.
Yeah, so Bishop Guilfoyle, best starting field position for it here at the 45 of the Gators. Out of the gun is Kissel. He'll hand it. No, he'll keep it himself, and he's got a huge gain over the 35 down to about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line.
He really did a great job of selling that fake. The Port Allegany defense, gravitated there, and Kissel just had an open lane. Their best play of the day so far.
So 1st down and 10 for Bishop Guilfoyle at the 33-yard line of Port Allegany. And that fumble by Bliss on that opening drive really changed the feeling of this football game.
Yeah, at least in the early going here, for sure.
Kissel out of the gun. It'll be a snap directly to, I think that was Consiglio. Consiglio will get over the 30 to the 28-yard line, a pickup of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Marauders at the Port Allegany 28-yard line. No score here, 3:46 in running here in the Port Allegany Chiropractic first quarter.
And Consiglio, not as big as Bliss, but still decent size for a back here, 6 foot 190.
Out of the pistol this time is Kissel. Take the snap, and he'll give it to Consiglio on a misdirection, and Consiglio's going to have another first down as he crosses the 20 down to the 18, and Bishop Guilfoyle's inside the Pizza Hut red zone. Nobody out pizzas the Hut, pizzahut.com.
And they're doing a great job right now of keeping the Port Allegany defense off balance. A lot of misdirection, a lot of moving parts, and they're not sure who's getting the ball, and BG on the move here.
First down and 10 at the 18 of the Gators is Bishop Guilfoyle. 3:10 on a running first quarter clock. No score between Bishop Guilfoyle and Port Allegany. Again, out of the pistol is Kissel. He will keep it himself, trying to reach the edge, and he will get inside the 15 down to about the 12, maybe the 11. We'll see where the spot is.
Kaiser, one of the guys tracking him down there, but Kissel's impressing me with his running ability here. Early in this game, and when you look at them throughout the course of the season, he does have 510 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns, so he's a threat in that running game.
So to bring up a 2nd down and 5 at the 12-yard line, Bishop Guilfoyle at the Port Allegany 12. This drive started at the Port 45 after the Gators failed to make it on a 4th and 2. Out of the gun is Kissel. Sidecar is Consiglio. Now they go into a pistol formation with Consiglio dotting it. It'll go right to him on a wildcat snap. Consiglio finds his way, bowls his way into the end zone for the touchdown for Bishop Guilfoyle, and the Marauders take a 6-0 lead.
And I'll tell you what, the left side, and we got a man down there for Port.
I think that might be Funk. You talked about that earlier. I'm not 100% sure that's what it is, but...
So we'll check on that in a minute. But again, the left side of that Marauder offensive line really did a great job of opening up that hole. Consiglio almost able to walk into the end zone on that play.
It isn't Funk. I'm not sure. I can't quite make out a number here.
I think it's Tristan Kaiser.
So we're going to step aside here after that touchdown while they look at the Gator down. We'll be right back here on Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the 2nd floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
So we're back here, and that is...
That's Tristan. It is Tristan Kaiser.
Yeah, it is Tristan Kaiser being helped off the field here.
And you wonder if I didn't see what happened, but you wonder if it's the same.
Yeah, as he's being helped off very gingerly right now, as Bishop Guilfoyle will set up here to, it looks like, kick the extra point.
Curious to see how that goes in this win. Of course, Kaiser hurt that leg in the District 9 championship game against Red Bank Valley, as we alluded to.
Kachi said he to kick the extra point, left-footed kicker. The kick is up. That kick is good.
Yeah, no problem there.
And it is 7-0 Bishop Guilfoyle will return here on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. 7-0 in favor of Bishop Guilfoyle.
From top-notch tools to expert advice, Closest Lumber has your do-it-yourself and home improvement needs covered. Our services are tailored to meet your every need. Trust us as your local experts in one-stop shop for convenience, quality, and unmatched expertise in all things hardware. For over 50 years, Closest Lumber, with locations in Rowlett, PA, and Olean, New York, has been your trusted home improvement center. So stop in today or visit our online showroom at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your home improvement headquarters since 1973.
Back here on Fox's Pizza High School Football, 7-0 Bishop Guilfoyle, 2:07 to play in quarter number 1. 45-yard touchdown drive for the Marauders after Port Allegany turned the ball over on downs. Gators are ready to receive the kickoff here. Was a Shadi to kick it off, kicks it towards the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds, so Port Allegany is going to get good field position here at the 35-yard line after the kickoff out of bounds.
See what the Gators do here on this drive. Again, they were moving the ball on that last drive before the Bliss fumble.
That was on the first drive.
Or first drive, excuse me. Yep.
It'll be first down and 10 at their own 35 for Port Allegany, trailing 7-0 here late in quarter number 1 with 2:07 to play in the first quarter, brought to you by Port Allegany Chiropractic.
8 carries, 28 yards so far for Bliss, so the Marauder defense done a pretty good job so far.
So Phil Hart will go under center here.
Funk split to the left, Guilfoyle to the right.
And now we've got a flag down in our first Bruno Iafrito penalty, and it looks like it's going against the Gators. It is. It's going to be a false start on Port Allegany. It'll bring up a first down and 15 for Port.
And that is their first flag since the Wilmington game. We're not flagged once last week against Fort Cherry.
Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, the best dang wrestling camp you've never heard of, coming June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA. It'll be first down and 15 now for Port Allegany. Not really an offense built for first and 15, though, Andy.
No, not unless Bliss breaks off 7-8 yards on first down.
Under center is Phil Hart. He'll pitch it to Bliss. Bliss will cut it upfield, and he'll get about 4 back on it. It'll bring up a second down and 11 at the 34.
Yeah, just a nice little cutback there from Bliss. One cut. Stick his foot in the turf, get up the field.
Yeah, and he had to kind of wait for the pitch there. The pitch wasn't a real smooth operation. Bring up second down now and 11 for the Gators. Going without a huddle, but they taking their time as they look over to the sideline to get the call. No. Vayu now the sidecar. They're going to hand it to him, and then they're going to pitch it to Guilfoyle, and that didn't even come close to working.
Yeah, Hayden Osgood once again. He diagnosed that right from the get-go. Big loss there. Going to set up a 3rd and long for the Gators as Osgood read that perfectly.
They put it down at the 27-yard line, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 18. A loss of 7 on the play, and maybe a little too cute for Port Allegany there, Andy.
No, I mean, they've run that play with Guilfoyle. They've had success doing it, but I think they're just trying to mix it up a little bit. But again, well diagnosed.
So now they're going to call timeout. The Gators will, and the Marauders are feeling their oats right now, running over to the sideline like they just did something special in a 7-0 game with 1:03 to go in the first quarter.
Well, again, that's a big play. Again, to your point, probably not an offense that's built for. I mean, not a lot of offenses are built for 2nd and 3rd and longs, but this Gator offense that is so run heavy, you make a play like that and you really get them behind the sticks.
We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
Back here, it is 3rd down and 18 for Port Allegany, trailing 7-0 with 1:03 to go in quarter number 1. Can we see a screen pass here or something like that, maybe to to Bliss, possibly, Andy?
If they do throw it here, I think it'll be short, to your point. Try and let one of your athletes make a play. Just, again, tough to throw the ball downfield on a day like today.
Phil Hart out of the gun, looks to throw, fakes it, now comes back the other way to Bliss, and he drops it.
That's exactly what it was. But I'll tell you what, even if he did catch it, that wasn't going anywhere.
So now Port Allegany will be forced to punt for the first time in this game. At least you'd assume they'd be forced to punt here.
Yeah, this is an obvious punting situation, I would imagine.
Is it Vayu to punt?
Yep.
I got a timeout by Bishop Guilfoyle here. We'll take it with him. We'll be right back here on Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. 7-0, Bishop Guilfoyle, 59 seconds to go in quarter number 1.
Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
Back here as Port Allegany lining up the punt here on 4th and 18 from their own 27, 59 seconds to go in quarter number 1. They trail Bishop Guilfoyle 7-0.
That is Kellen Vayu back in punt formation for the Gators. Hamilton Gates back deep for the Marauders.
So Vayu ready to take the snap on the punt. It's a good snap. Rolls, then picks it, and it's a deep kick. Drives Gates all the way back to the 15 or the 25. He breaks one tackle though, breaks another one, and he's going to be out at around the 39-yard line. So nice return there by Gates after a great punt by Vayu.
Yeah, Nick Wilfong and Kelvin Burgess were in position there for Port on the kick coverage team, but Gates able to elude them, pick up about 10 extra yards.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Marauders at their own 39-yard line. Following a 48-yard punt by Vayu.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Granted, it was into the wind, which helped, but still an impressive kick by Vayu.
And this isn't a team that has had to punt a whole lot this year.
There's a handoff. No, it's going to be kept again by Kissel, and right now that play is eating Port Allegany alive.
He is doing such a great job with that fake, and the key to that fake is selling it to the last possible moment, which is exactly what he's doing, and then pulling it back. And that's really a rhythm thing, and this offense has that down well.
Gain of 9 on the play out to the 48-yard line. It'll be second down and 1 for the Marauders at their own 48. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. At the end of quarter number 1, it is Bishop Guilfoyle 7, Port Allegany nothing. You're watching listening to high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany.
Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com.
Back here as we get ready to get into this Moe's Bar and Grill, second quarter. Moe's Bar and Grill has been serving up the best burgers in Port Allegany for over 25 years. Located at 68 West Mill Street, right off the center square there in Port Allegany. With over 20 different burgers, including a different one each month. My favorite's the Unholy Trinity and the Cheetah Burger.
Oh, God, I'm craving one of those right now. Holy cow. Moe's.
So they're actually going to put the ball at the 48-yard line. So it'll be second down and 1 at the 48 for Bishop Guilfoyle, their own 48. As we start the second quarter here with the Marauders leading 7-0.
So again, this is a Bishop Guilfoyle team, doing a really good job getting a variety. We've seen Consiglio, Kissel, and Gates all get the ball multiple times, and again, in a variety of ways. This offense very creative here on a day. They've only thrown the ball 3 times.
Out of the pistol formation. Handoff this time will go to Gates, and he's going to have the first down as he goes across the 50 down to the Port Allegany 47-yard line.
I thought when I saw the forecast for today, we could see a heavy dose of him running the ball. And again, that was just nothing complicated on that one, just good, tough yardage up the middle.
Yeah, first down and 10 for the Marauders at the Port Allegany 47. Just underway here in the second quarter, 7-0 BG in the lead. They'll go in that pistol formation again, right in the center of the field. Now they'll shift out of it and go into more of a power look out of the shotgun. They're going to hand it to Gates, and Gates has a gaping hole. He's still on his feet across the 30, down to about the 29-yard line of Port Allegany.
Well, you can see the athleticism of Gates, too. Man, does he hit that hole quick, and one step and he's gone. Doesn't take much, and a nice gainer on that one. BG back in business here.
Another Tionesta Builder Supply first down. First down and 10 for the Marauders at the Port Allegany 29-yard line. They're going to go out of the shotgun. Consiglio, the sidecar. Now he goes into a wildcat formation, and he'll take the snap, and he'll go forward to the 25, a pickup of 4. And he wasn't even touched until he was about 3 yards downfield.
3 yards gain of 4. And we've seen, Port Allegany obviously does that with Bliss. BG more than comfortable to do that with Consiglio as well. And what that does on first down when you pick up 4 yards like that, it really opens up. You can do whatever you want here on second down.
Yeah, and right now BG's winning that line of scrimmage, Andy. And,
they are.
And that was a big question mark coming in. If Port Allegany couldn't control the line of scrimmage, they were going to be in trouble. And right now they're not controlling that line. It'll be a second down and 6 from the 25. Shifting formations again. Still in the gun. Handoff to Gates. And Gates this time will be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be third down and 6 from the 25.
And a much better job that time from Port Allegany. A number of players in the tackle, but Ethan Tarbox coming over from that right side, able to track down Gates and kind of slow him up there.
So bring up a third down and 6 for Bishop Guilfoyle at the Port Allegany 25. The Marauders already up 7-0 here. 9:30 on a running first half clock.
And not to get too ahead of ourselves here, but if they don't pick up the first, I would think this is obvious 4-down territory.
They're going to go out of the shotgun with an empty look here. Kissel will take the snap, looking to throw. Throws it short. It's complete and close to the first down. Was that Consiglio over there?
Consiglio, and he's right at, I think he's going to be just short.
They're going to mark him short at the 20-yard line, so it'll bring up a fourth down and 1 here for Bishop Guilfoyle. And the Marauders are in a position where they look like they're going to go for it.
And again, they got to feel very confident here, averaging over 7 yards a carry, but so far between Consiglio, Kissel, and Gates. So a lot of options here on fourth and call it 1.
Port Allegany fans trying to make some noise here. They're going to go out of a pistol look with a fullback next to the quarterback, Kissel. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to have a first down and more. Cross the 15 down to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I am just so impressed with Kissel's running ability. You can see, not a lot of time to prepare from a game plan standpoint from a team that loves to throw the football. They have a great game plan coming in here so far.
It'll be first down and 10 inside the Pizza Hut red zone. Nobody out Pizza Hut. PizzaHut.com. Pizza Hut in St. Mary's. So first down and 10 for Bishop Guilfoyle at the 13-yard line of Port Allegany. Kissel in the shotgun. Sidecar. Consiglio now moves a little bit ahead of him. And they're going to just keep it with Kissel. And Kissel, again, a gaping hole down to the 6-yard line to pick up a 6. It'll be second down and about 3. We'll give him 7 on the play.
Yeah, and again, nothing fancy on that one, too. Kissel just taking the direct snap, a good push. BG getting a good push from their offensive line. Again, 7 yards a pop so far. Very impressive.
Be second down and 3 for Bishop Guilfoyle at the 6-yard line of Port Allegany. Ball right in the middle of the field. They'll go out of the shotgun with Consiglio, the sidecar. Now Consiglio goes into that wild card formation, and he'll take the snap, and he'll be into the end zone for a touchdown, and it's 13-0 Bishop Guilfoyle.
Consiglio's second touchdown run of the game, and he almost walked in there. And he's just very, very impressive from this BG running game here as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. They, as of right now, they have it in control.
So it's 13-0 Bishop Guilfoyle. On to kick the extra point. Kashotti will be in to kick that. Well, actually, excuse me. This time it is Bolin to kick. So Kashotti kicked the last one, but Bolin's going to kick this extra point. That kick is up. That kick is good. And it is now 14-0 in favor of Bishop Guilfoyle. We'll be right back with 7:06 to play in quarter number 2.
The Inn has been an integral part of the Raleigh community. Generations have cherished memories of dining at the Inn, growing up in its warm embrace, and some even enjoying their first legal drink. Stop in and enjoy a friendly burger, lager burger, or another customer favorite, our cheese sticks. Try our jumbo wings in over 15 different sauces, including our house-made friendly sauce and maple Cajun. Join us on the first Saturday of every month for a prime rib dinner. Like us on Facebook. Full Hearts Friendly Inn. Cold beverages, great food, good company.
Back here at Chapman Field, where it's now 14-0 Bishop Guilfoyle over Port Allegany, and the Marauders, after being forced to punt on its first 2 drives, have now put up 109 yards of offense on the ground, 116 total to just 25 for Port Allegany.
Yeah, again, I'm really, really impressed with this Bishop Guilfoyle running game to this point. Again, just put the ball in the air 4 times so far for 7 yards for a team that's rushed for over 3,000 or passed for over 3,000 this year.
Kashotti kicks it off. It'll be taken by Bliss at the 11. Bliss up over the 20, gets a block, stutter steps at the 25, takes a cut inside and gets down to about the 30-yard line. So that's where Port Allegany will take over. And this is a real important drive for the Gators now, Andy.
Yeah, Tyson Lestacci and Kelvin Burgess mixing it up there on that kickoff return. But, obviously this is a situation that Port really hasn't found themselves in this year. I think just get back to what you do. I think a real ball control, sustained drive here would obviously be crucial for them at this point.
First down and 10 for Port Allegany right at the 30-yard line. Bliss will be in the Wildcat formation. He'll take the snap, looking to run to his left, trying to hit the edge. He does, breaks one tackle, breaks another. He's at the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, inside the 45, down to about the 43-yard line, maybe the 42, goes Aiden Bliss.
And again, you see his ability to turn the corner there. We know about the strength, but the speed is just really impressive from Aiden Bliss, and they needed that. His best run of the day by far so far.
Be at the 42-yard line goes Bliss on a pickup of 28 yards. So first down and 10 for Port Allegany at the 42-yard line of Bishop Guilfoyle. Trailing are the Gators 14-0. 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go on a running second quarter clock. Second quarter brought to you by Moe's Bar and Grill. Here's Bliss on the handoff. He'll hit the edge, and he's got some room. He's over the 35, down to about the 30-yard line.
And now we see Bliss starting to rip off a few of those runs that we've been so used to him having over the course of this run for the Gators. 28 yards on the previous play and moving the sticks again on that one.
We first down and 10 at the 30. Another 10 Esta Builder Supply first down for Port Allegany.
Bliss now up to 11 carries for 72 yards, 40 on the last 2 carries.
Out of the shotgun are the Gators. Phil Hart will take the snap and he'll hand it to Bliss. Bliss looking for some room, pushes the pile forward for about 3 to the 27-yard line of Bishop Guilfoyle.
And that's fine. That's 3 yards on first down. That's not going to set you back. You put yourself in decent position. And again, the Gators got something cooking here on a drive, to your point, where I think they really need to find the end zone here.
We second down and 7 at the 27-yard line. Maybe it's the 28. It's probably looks like more like the 28.
I'd call that the 28.
I'd call that the 28 as well. So it'll be second down and 8 here. Bliss will go out of the Wildcat this time. Takes the snap, looking to go to his left, cuts it up. He's got a nice little gain out there to about the 23, a pickup of about 5. It'll bring up a third down and approximately 3 yards here for Port Allegany.
Yeah, but again, this is where the Gators want to live here. Set up a third and short. Not overcomplicating anything here. Bliss with all 4 carries on this drive so far.
So third down and 3 for the Gators as Jared Funk will relay the signals into Phil Hart and company. It'll be out of the Wildcat, though, Bliss. And Bliss is going to pound his way for a first down inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line as Port Allegany enters the Pizza Hut red zone for the first time in this game. Nobody out Pizza the Hut. PizzaHut.com.
Again, he looked like he was stood up there about the 19 and just fighting for that extra yardage.
So first and 10 at the 16 for Port Allegany, their best drive of the game.
And Funk relaying the call there.
Bliss will be again, and now we're going to get a timeout call by Bishop Guilfoyle with 4:13 to play here in the first half. Bishop Guilfoyle leading Port Allegany 14-0. We'll be right back here on Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegany, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an R-E-S at the end.
Back here at Chapman Field, 4:13 to play in the first half. 14-0. Bishop Guilfoyle leads Port Allegany, but the Gators on the march at the 16-yard line of the Marauders.
Yeah, but it's been Bliss on every play of this drive so far. We'll see if they stick with their bread and butter here. I think that was a good timeout for BG to kind of see if they can break up the momentum the Gators have going on this drive.
They have no thought of Port throwing the ball, and here's Bliss straight ahead. He's going to get inside the 15 to about the 12, give him a pickup of 4 on the play, but they've got 11 guys right at the line of scrimmage.
I didn't see how tight Port was there. They have no intention of throwing the ball either. This is just power on power right now.
Just inside, yeah, we'll call it the 12. It'll be second down and about 6. Second and 6 for Port Allegany. Again, out of the Wildcat is Bliss, and he's going to go across the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. It'll bring up a third down and 2.
Again, no reason at this point to stick with anything but that third and short situation.
Third down and 2 here for Port Allegany at the, call it the 8-yard line. They need to get to the 6 for a first down. Bliss will be in the Wildcat again. Takes the snap.
I don't think he got that.
About a yard short here, as I think he is taken down at the 7-yard line. And now a massive 4th down and 1 coming up for Port Allegany.
And again, I don't think you get complicated here.
Remember, the Gators do get the football to start the second half.
Yeah.
So they are looking here at a
big play, goes without saying.
fourth. They say right 2 on the board, but it looks like it's closer to 1 here.
Yeah, it's definitely 1.
So out of the Wildcat is Bliss on 4th and 1. He'll take the snap. He'll try to go over the pow, and I think he's going to have enough for the first down at about the 5-yard line. Bishop Guilfoyle is
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the first down was the 6, Andy.
Yeah.
And where they're standing, I think, is enough for the first down. Yeah, they're going to put that ball at the 5.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they put that ball down at the 5. I was pretty sure that's where they were marking that. It's going to be first down and goal for Port Allegany at the 5, 2:30 on a running second quarter clock. Bishop Guilfoyle in the lead, 14-0. So now they're going to stay in that Wildcat look. Bliss looks to go to the left, cuts it in, and he'll be hit and brought down at about the 3.
And a much better job by the BG defense there. We've seen Bliss, when he's bounced it to the outside so far in this game, he's found a lot of success. Good job by the Marauder defense there. Nevertheless, second and goal from the 3 for the Gators.
Down to 1:50 on a running first half clock. Well, the one thing Port Allegany's making sure of is Bishop Guilfoyle, not if they do get the ball back, they're going to have very much time left on this first half clock. So second down and goal at the 3 for Port Allegany, trailing 14-0. Bliss will stay in the Wildcat, takes the snap, looking to find some room, and he is down, and he's into the end zone. It is a stitch-in-time touchdown for Port Allegany on a 3-yard Aiden Bliss touchdown run.
Again, that run was just classic Aiden Bliss. Bottled up a little bit around the line of scrimmage and just able to fight his way into the end zone. A big score for the Gators here late in the second quarter.
1:26 to play. Port Allegany looks like it's going to set up to go for 2 here.
And again, something they've done routinely on the postseason.
And you wonder if that has to do with Funk's injury.
It has some to do with that, and some to do with the fact that they just like their chances going for 2 most of the time. That's worked.
So down 14-6. Port Allegany will go, it looks like, in the Wildcat again here, 3 yards away from a 2-point conversion. Bliss will take the direct snap, looking to hit the edge. And Bliss will walk into the end zone, does a little stutter jump, and it's a 2-point conversion for Port Allegany, and the Gators are back within 6, 14-8, with 1:26 to go here in quarter number 2, brought to you by Moe's Bar and Grill. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
Back here as Funk prepares to kick off here for Port Allegany with 1:26 to go in the first quarter. The ball falls off the tee again, and Gators trailing Bishop Guilfoyle now 14-8 after the Aiden Bliss touchdown run. What is that, touchdown number 54 on the air?
I believe so.
On the ground. So Funk to kick it away here. He kicks a low Line drive kick that'll be taken at the 15-yard line. That looks like it's Riley. Riley up over the 30, up over the 35 to about the 30. Well, they're going to mark him down at the 35, it looks like, officially. So it'll be first down and 10 for Guilfoyle at their own 35-yard line. 1:21 to go here in the first half. They lead 14-8. They have one timeout to go. What do you do if you're Justin Wheeler and Bishop Guilfoyle right now?
I think you have a designed run here. If you pick up a good chunk of yards, you maybe get a little more aggressive. But again, with that win, they've only thrown 4 passes in the first half, and one timeout. I'm not sure how aggressive they get here.
Guess we'll go out of the gun with an empty set look, though. 2 receivers to each side of the tight end. Now they're going to put Gates in motion from left to right, looking to throw. They're going to throw a screen to Consiglio here, and great play there by Nick Wilfong right at the 45, drops with the 46 after a gain of 1, and Wilfong blew that screen pass way up.
And that's a great open field tackle. And now I think if you're BG, you just they might just take this into halftime here.
Clock down to a minute to go here in the half. 14-8, Bishop Guilfoyle over Port Allegany in this PIAA Class 1A state championship game. Brought to you on the YDL Sports Network by Fox's Pizza. This second quarter brought to you by Moe's Bar and Grill. Check out the Unholy Trinity Burger at Moe's Bar and Grill. And now we've got a flag down, and it's going to be a false start. It's a Bruno Iafrito penalty, the first one on Bishop Guilfoyle. As
very clean game to this point.
Each team has been penalized once. So Bishop Guilfoyle will be at second down and 14 now at their own 31-yard line. Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp, of course, Andy, coming to Port Allegany in June 2025. Isaac Greeley, Sean Lathrop. Wow, what a job they do with that.
They do such a wonderful job. What a wonderful event that is. They do an awesome job.
TeamBruno.org. So now they're going to go receivers to each side. Ziglio, the sidecar. Now he goes into the Wildcat formation, and he'll take the snap. And he's got some room. He's got over the 40, the 45, the 50, down to the 47. And now I would imagine Bishop Guilfoyle is going to take a timeout. And that was just something Port Allegany couldn't allow happen there, Andy.
Yeah, still the clock's still on their side. Only 12 seconds to go. But
so Guilfoyle will take its final timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network. 14-8 with 12 seconds to go in the first half. Bishop Guilfoyle over Port Allegany. You're watching or listening to high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion.
Bishop Guilfoyle will have first and 10 at the Port Allegany 47 with 12 seconds to go in the half. No timeouts left for the Marauders, up 14-8.
Again, 12 seconds, 47 yards. Again, you can get aggressive here.
So Kissel will come out of the shotgun. He'll have 2 receivers to each side. Kissel will take the snap, back to throw. Throws a screen to Consiglio. He's got all kinds of room over the 40. Breaks a tackle and will get close. And no, it won't go out of bounds. And the clock will run. It'll stop momentarily with 1 second to go to reset the chains. But that should do it, as the far side official here was running the clock. So that will do it for our first half, with Port Allegany trailing Bishop Guilfoyle 14-8 in this PIAA Class 1A championship game from Chapman Field. We'll be back with our halftime show after these messages.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Alfredo Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
For over a century, the Friendly Inn has been an integral part of the Raleigh community. Generations have cherished memories of dining at the inn, growing up in its warm embrace, and some even enjoying their first legal drink. Stop in and enjoy a friendly burger, lager burger, or another customer favorite, our cheese sticks. Try our jumbo wings in over 15 different sauces, including our house-made friendly sauce and maple Cajun. Join us on the first Saturday of every month for a prime rib dinner. Like us on Facebook. Provides Friendly Inn. Cold beverages, great food, good company.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegany, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end.
We are back here. It's halftime at Chapman Field on the campus of Cumberland Valley High School in Mechanicsburg, PA, as Port Allegany trails 14-8 to Bishop Guilfoyle. Our halftime show brought to you by Kerry Halver at Cades Margalis. Make the big play. Call Kerry Halver at Cades Margalis in Port Allegany today, 814-558-1699. That's 814-558-1699. Let's take a look at our AccuSure halftime stats. AccuSure, with a location in DuBois, is the official insurance provider of the YDL Sports Network. Find out more at accusure.com/mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, for the Gators, this is pretty simple. Aiden Bliss, 20 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown. Kellen Vayu, 1 carry for no gain. Nick Wilfong, 1 carry. He lost 7 yards. Brendan Philhart, 0 of 1 through the air. For BG, Chase Kissel, 4 of 6 passing, 22 yards. Torian Consiglio, 8 carries, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kissel, 5 carries for 41 yards, and Hamilton Gates, 4 carries for 26 yards. Consiglio also has 3 receptions for 20 yards, and Gates, 1 for 2 yards for BG.
So your AccuSure halftime stats. Time to take a look at our Pizza Hut scoreboard. No one outpizza the Hut. PizzaHut.com. Of course, this is the only game going on right now. At 7:10 p.m. tonight right here at Chapman Field, it'll be the 4A championship game between the District 12 champion, Bonner Pendergast, and the District 3 champion, Lampeter Strasburg. Tomorrow at 1:10 p.m., Troy from District 4 will take on District 9 champion Central Clarion in the 2A final. Again, that game can be heard right here on the YDL Sports Network. Airtime 12:30 p.m. Tomorrow night at 7:10 p.m., it'll be the Class 5A title game between Roman Catholic out of District 12 and Bishop McDevitt out of District 3. At 1:10 p.m. on Saturday, December 7th, it'll be the 3A championship game between District 11 champion Northwestern Lehigh, trying to do something that is really unbelievable, Andy. Not only are they undefeated, their boys and girls soccer teams both won state titles at undefeated. So if they would beat Avonworth, the Whitfield champion, on Saturday, they would have the football and boys and girls soccer champions, and they wouldn't have lost a game among the 3 of them.
You think they have some athletes at that school? Boy, that is that's almost hard to put into words.
And then we'll conclude the championship at 7:10 p.m. on Saturday, December 7th, the Class 6A championship game between District 12 champion St. Joseph Prep and the WPIAL champion Central Catholic. And notable in that game, the officiating crew is a District 10 officiating crew. Joe Lombardi, the referee. Tom Davis, the umpire. George Snyder, the heads linesman. Bill Spangler, the line judge. Scott Walters, Jr., the field judge. Joe Rochelle is the side judge in that game. And Travis Zuchslag is the back judge. So congratulations to those guys. It's not just the teams that strive to get to the championship game. Those officials do as well.
Yeah, that is a tremendous honor. Yeah, you don't just you have to do a good job to be considered for that. So congratulations to those guys. Well done. I know it's an honor for any official I've talked to that's worked a state title game in any sport. That's just a tremendous honor.
Yeah, and Joe Lombardi, big with the Mercer County Football Officials Chapter. We help sponsor their golf outing every year, so it's great to see those guys in being able to do a state championship game. We're going to step aside. Thanks some more of our sponsors here on Fox's Pizza High School football on the YDL Sports Network inside the Kerry Halver Cade Margolis halftime show. It's 14-8 Bishop Guilfoyle over Port Allegany at the half. We'll be right back.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators! From top-notch tools to expert advice, Closest Lumber has your do-it-yourself and home improvement needs covered. Our services are tailored to meet your every need. Trust us as your local experts in one-stop shop for convenience, quality, and unmatched expertise in all things hardware. For over 50 years, Closest Lumber, with locations in Rowlett, PA, and Olean, New York, has been your trusted home improvement center. So stop in today or visit our online showroom at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your home improvement headquarters since 1973. Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill. Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at portalleganychiropractic.com and oleanchiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
Back here inside the Kerry Halver at Cades Margolis halftime show. Make the big play. Call Kerry Halver at Cade Margolis in Port Allegany today at 814-558-1699. Take a look at our Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. Nothing makes a better Christmas gift for that golfer in your life than a membership at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta, hunterstation.com.
In the first quarter, it was Torian Consiglio for Bishop Guilfoyle getting the scoring going. A 12-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good. Made it 7-0 BG at the 2:07 mark of the first quarter. In the second quarter, it was Consiglio again scoring from 6 yards out. Again, the extra point was good. Gave BG a 14-0 lead at the 7:06 mark of the second quarter. And with 1:26 to go before halftime, Port Allegany's Aiden Bliss 3-yard touchdown run. He also ran in the 2-point conversion. That's where we stand at the half. Bishop Guilfoyle 14, Port Allegany 8.
Time for our Rehab Center second half adjustments. With 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Canning, the Rehab Center always makes the right adjustments. The Rehab Center, chiropractors caring for health. TheRehabCenters.com. Old English spelling of centers, RES. And one of those docs, Isaac Greeley, here today rooting on his Port Allegany Gators, 1994, I think, graduate of Port Allegany High School.
Yeah, it's a really, really neat thing. Again, we see all these, the support from Dr. Greeley and others in the community. Adjustments. I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure if either, specifically offensively, if either team does make any kind of major adjustments. Bishop Guilfoyle averaging, over 7 yards a carry on the ground. Again, between Consiglio, Kissel, and Gates, 17 carries, 131 yards. At the same time, Bliss was bottled up early, and he really, that scoring drive, he really got going. I believe he had 28 yards up until that drive, and now he's up over 100. So over 70 yards on that drive alone for Aiden Bliss. He's now up over 5 yards a carry for the game. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much you change if you're either team. I don't think. We saw the few times that Port Allegany really tried to switch things up to reverse the Wilfong, if you would, that lost 7 yards. I think I think both teams really are going to just stick with your bread and butter. I know, I've talked a lot about BG's passing attack. They actually, they have rushed more than they've thrown this year. The passing numbers stand out. But this is going to be a running game. It's going to be a tempo game. Which team can control the line of scrimmage? I don't think we're going to see a lot in the way of either team's offensive approach changing in the second half.
We'll return here after these messages. Once again, you are listening to High School Football Championship Edition Class Single A, brought to you by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. 14-8 at the half in favor of Bishop Guilfoyle here on the YDL Sports Network.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Alfredo Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
For over a century, the Friendly Inn has been an integral part of the Raleigh community. Generations have cherished memories of dining at the inn, growing up in its warm embrace, and some even enjoying their first legal drink. Stop in and enjoy a friendly burger, lager burger, or another customer favorite, our cheese sticks. Try our jumbo wings in over 15 different sauces, including our house-made friendly sauce and maple Cajun. Join us on the first Saturday of every month for a prime rib dinner. Like us on Facebook. Pilhar's Friendly Inn. Cold beverages, great food, good company.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegany, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end.
Back here at Chapman Field, about 5 minutes left here in the halftime. It's 14-8 Bishop Guilfoyle over Port Allegany. And Andy, your overall assessment of that first half?
I don't think anything that happened over the course of the first half surprised me too much. Obviously, there are a couple big plays in the game. One of them was the Bliss fumble. When Port got that good field position and they were driving inside the BG 40. As it turns out, turnovers in a state championship game can be critical. That kind of looming, a game's still well within striking distance for them, but that kind of looming large right now. BG really you have to almost abandon the passing game on a day like today, the wind being what it is. And their running game's been very effective. Their line has done a good job, and that 3-headed monster of Consiglio, Kissel, and Gates has been really effective running the football. And then I thought, Port stifled there on a couple drives, but really, and again, we've seen this over the course of the season, they get better. Bliss gets better. That line gets better as the game goes on, and we talked about it a lot in the pregame, their ability to stick with that and wear teams down. You saw that on the last drive there after getting bottled up a little bit. Bliss ripped off a couple long runs. And we've been used to seeing that all year. So I don't think really anything in the first half deviated too much from what I thought it was going to be. And I think it really sets you up for what could be a great second half.
Well, we'll have the second half call for you right after these messages at the half. Again, it is 14-8. Bishop Guilfoyle over Port Allegany. The Gators will get the ball to start half number 2 when we come back.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Allegany Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegany Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegany Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleganyElectric.com. Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegany River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaport.allegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators! Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis, for all your retirement planning needs. Contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com.
For over a century, the Friendly Inn has been an integral part of the Raleigh community. Generations have cherished memories of dining at the inn, growing up in its warm embrace, and some even enjoying their first legal drink. Stop in and enjoy a friendly burger, lager burger, or another customer favorite, our cheese sticks. Try our jumbo wings in over 15 different sauces, including our house-made friendly sauce and maple Cajun. Join us on the first Saturday of every month for a prime rib dinner. Like us on Facebook. Pilhart's Friendly Inn. Cold beverages, great food, good company.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill.
Port Allegany will receive the second half kickoff. Second half tonight brought to you by Phil Hart's Friendly Inn. Phil Hart's Friendly Inn in Rowlett wants to wish Tyler Phil Hart of Port Allegany good luck and have a great performance in the Gator Marching Band to Madison Phil Hart.
I heard you see the ball blown off the tee there to start the second half.
Shoddy, and now it's blown off again, and he's going to have to get it to be held here. It'll be held by Patrick McMahon. As Vayu and Bliss are deep for Port Allegany, they're going to go left to right into the wind. A little confused as to how Port Allegany could have lost the toss and going with the wind in the third quarter here. Kick it off, and it's going to be an onside kick, and it is recovered, I do believe, by the Gators. It is.
Is that Ethan Tarbox?
And there's a flag down as well, and I think we might have to do this again, as they might have been offside on the play. As Tarbox did cover it. I think I declined that if you have the option of declining, but I don't think you have the option of declining it in high school football,
I don't think so.
Officials are going to discuss it. Now they're going to call the head referee over to discuss it a little further here. So I want to get the opinion of William Sharpless Jr., today's official referee. And interesting start to the second half, Andy.
That sure was. Wasn't expecting that.
There is no flag on the play.
Okay, so it's going to be 1st and 10.
Well, you would think then it
Gators,
would be Fort Allegany football then, right? If there's no flag, they're going to make him kick again, though? Inadvertent whistle is all I could figure. Wow,
wow. Okay.
That's a wild start to the half. That's wild.
So let's pretend that never happened, shall we?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure what happened there. So they're going to kick it again, and Port Allegany's got its hands team out there now. And that's a little chip, and it'll be caught at the 38-yard line and cross the 40 to about the 42. Can't tell who caught it over there. The sun is basically right in our eyes now, Andy.
And when all is said and done, a difference of still good starting field position for the Gators at their own 42.
Looks like their own 41 is where they're going to officially mark it. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Port Allegany to start the second half here at their own 41-yard line, trailing 14-8.
Jacob Causer, 24. That
caught the ball.
Caught the ball, yeah. So 41. Yep.
So they'll start at the 41-yard line. As we'll see if they go back to that Wildcat start here. It looks like they are. They're going to go in the Wildcat with Bliss from the 41. Bliss takes the snap. Bliss finds some room. He's at the 45, the 50, over the 45. They're going to mark him right at the 45 of Bishop Guilfoyle. So a pickup there of 14 for Aiden Bliss, who goes over 100 on the day.
And unless I'm mistaken, it looked like he almost bobbled that snap initially. Didn't seem to bother him at all, though.
So Nyanza Builder Supply 1st down for Port Allegany at the 45-yard line of Bishop Guilfoyle, just underway here in the second half. With the Gators trailing 14-8. Bliss will be in the Wildcat again. He'll look for some room, and he'll have at least 4, maybe 5 on the play, as they're going to mark him down at the 40-yard line with forward progress.
And a good job by the left side of that Port Allegany offensive line.
2nd down and 5 for the Gators at the BG 40-yard line. A nice start here to the second half for Port Allegany.
Yeah, again, kind of building off of that last drive of the first half where they really seemed to pick up some momentum.
So 1st and 10 again out of the Wildcat is Bliss. He'll take the snap and he'll look to get around the edge. He'll get about 4 or 5 down to the 36-yard line. So give him 4 on the play.
Nice
and it'll
block.
be 3rd down and 1.
A nice block there from Carson Neely.
So 3rd and 1 for Port Allegany at the 36-yard line of Bishop Guilfoyle. 10:15 on a running third quarter clock. And now what do we have here?
Officials timeout.
Not sure what's going on here. Is they're pointing to something on the sideline here, and now having to come off the field is Gavin Moses. Not sure
what the case is there. Kelvin Burgess now into the game, number 5. The 3rd and a yard.
So 3rd down and 1. They're going to go with a quarterback situation now. And they're going to hand it to Bliss, and he's going to get the first down over the 35 down to about the 34-yard line.
Yep, again, big Joe Eckenrod, number 76 there with a good initial hit, but Bliss again able to fall forward.
Looks like it's a helmet issue for Moses as they're over there on the sideline. Him and Tristan Kaiser working on his helmet, it looks like. Bring up 1st down and 10 after that. 10 has to Builder Supply first down, though, at the 34-yard line for Port Allegany.
Play clock inside of 10 seconds.
Bliss is in the Wildcat. He'll take the snap. He'll go up the middle, and he'll be met after a gain of about a yard or so to the 33. Bring up a 2nd down and 9, maybe 8.5.
Rocco Cacciati, good job getting in there for the Marauders. And that's really the first time Bliss has really been shut down at the line of scrimmage in quite some time.
So 2nd down and 9 for Port Allegany. Bliss will be out of the Wildcat again. Take the snap. Will be tripped up as he crosses the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and approximately 4.
Yeah, but again, a good, Rocco Cacciati in there once again. But Bliss, once again, you don't think he's going to be able to get that corner, and then he does.
So 3rd down and 4 for Port Allegany. Already down to under 8 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Brought to you by Phil Hart's Friendly Inn. Bliss in the Wildcat again. Takes the snap. Looking for some room. Stutter steps. Hits the corner. He's over the 20. Inside the 20. Down to about the 16. It's just like a shot out of a cannon there goes Aiden Bliss.
That was such a good run. Just so patient. Able to elude a defender, and then I'm just. It's so impressive watching him run the football because he has a lot of. The toolbox is quite large.
So 1st down and 10 inside the Pizza Hut red zone. Nobody out Pizza the Hut. PizzaHut.com. Pizza Hut in St. Mary's. Bliss in the Wildcat again will take the snap. Looks to find some room. Pushes the pile forward to about the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 4 on the play.
Again, just picking his way. Very patient run there from Aiden Bliss.
Call it 2nd down and about 6 here. What's that? Maybe, well, yeah, they got to get to the 6, and they're at the 12. So, yeah, 2nd and 6. Bliss will go out of the Wildcat again. He'll take the snap. Takes on contact, falls forward over the 10 to about the 9-yard line, where it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
And Bliss with every carry so far on this drive for the Gators, 9 in total, covering 50 yards.
So 3rd down and 3 for Port Allegany at the Bishop Guilfoyle 9-yard line. 6:47 to go here in the quarter. Is now Bliss had to come off there for some reason. Not sure what was going on there, but Bliss just came off the field, Andy, and that brings up a big 3rd down and 4 without the best player on the field, on the field.
Not the ideal situation. I'm not sure what the issue is there.
So now
it'll be Veyu.
Veyu with Phil Hart bringing Veyu to his side. Takes the snap, hands it to Veyu. Veyu cuts up. Veyu's got a first down, still on his feet inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line.
And Bliss is coming back into the game. But what a run on 3rd and 3 from Kellen Veyu. Circle that one.
Bring up a first down and goal at the 2 for the Gators. They say it takes everybody to win a championship, Andy, and Kellen Veyu just with the biggest run of his career, even though it wasn't a long one. It was an important one.
Yep, big time. Now the Gators are in business.
First down and goal for Port Allegany at the 2-yard line. They've used up over 6 minutes here in the opening drive of the second half. Bliss in the Wildcat. Takes the snap. And he'll go down to the 1-yard line.
Yep, tripped up just short. Tried to keep his footing, just was unable to do so.
Bring up a second down and goal inside the 1-yard line. Well, it looks like they marked it right at the 1. Going from right to left are the Gators in their black home jerseys. Bliss will come out of the Wildcat again. Takes the snap. And he's hit immediately, falls forward, and he's not going to get there. And it's going to, in fact, where the spot is here on the far side, he lost a yard.
And again, not used to seeing that here, at least over the last couple drives for Port. Great job by the BG defensive line there.
So it's now 3rd down and goal for Port Allegany at the 2.
And again, I don't think you get too fancy here. I think you stuck with who brought you.
Again, out of the Wildcat is Bliss on 3rd down and goal from the 2. Low snap, picks it up, and he's into the end zone for a stitch in time. Touchdown to tie this game at 14 with 4:32 to go in quarter number 3, excuse me.
And again, great job there by Aiden Bliss, not panicking. The snap was low, corralled it, and no problem getting in the end zone.
So the Gators, who trailed 14-0 in this game, are now a 2-point conversion away from taking the lead. And my goodness, that drive, Andy, was nearly 7.5 minutes.
Yep.
So Bliss out of the gun will take it, looking for get into the end zone for 2. He dives. He does not make it. He is pushed out of bounds at the 1. So this game will remain tied at 14 with 4:32 to go in quarter number 3, brought to you by Phil Hart's Friendly Inn. We'll be back after these messages.
From top-notch tools to expert advice, Closest Lumber has your do-it-yourself and home improvement needs covered. Our services are tailored to meet your every need. Trust us as your local experts in one-stop shop for convenience, quality, and unmatched expertise in all things hardware. For over 50 years, Closest Lumber, with locations in Rowlett, PA, and Olean, New York, has been your trusted home improvement center. So stop in today or visit our online showroom at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your home improvement headquarters since 1973. 22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Afrito Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th to the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegany, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an R-E-S at the end.
With 4:32 to play here in the Phil Hart's friendly in third quarter. We're all tied up at 14, and those two drives, we'll get to that here in a second, by Port Allegany are impressive. As now Funk will chop one right-footed down to the 20-yard line where it's taken by Gates. He's hit, makes a man miss at the 30, and then is hit from behind and brought down at the 33-yard line, which is where Bishop Guilfoyle will put the ball in play for the first time in the half. And really, Andy, the first time since about 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yes, they had that little bit of a drive at the end of the first half, but most of that was just basically Port Allegany not playing more than just a prevent defense.
Yeah, and again, Port Allegany they've had the ball for the better part of over a full quarter now on offense.
Yeah, their touchdown drive over 6 minutes at the end of first half, and then over 7 minutes here in the second half. So Bishop Guilfoyle, we'll see what they come out. They're going to go in the Wildcat formation. Consiglio will take the snap, and he'll be met at about the 35, still dragging people, but it looks like they're going to say that he was stood up at the 35-yard line. Pickup of 2 on first down. It'll be second down and 8.
Yep, good job of gang tackling there by the Gators. Consiglio, not an easy back to bring down himself, but a good job on that play by the Port defense.
Yeah, you've got to figure, if you're Bishop Guilfoyle, the way Port Allegany has controlled the clock the last 2 times, you don't want to give him the ball back.
No, if you're Bishop Guilfoyle, you want to do the exact same that Port Allegany just did, is chew up a bunch of clock and end with the score. But
going to go in the shotgun with, now they're going to shift out of it to the pistol. Kissel will turn, and he'll flip to Gates, who looks to get the edge, and he does. He's at the 40, the 45, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone touchdown for
Hamilton
Gates with 3:29, and it doesn't take Bishop Guilfoyle long to retake the lead at 20-14.
And one thing I was going to point out right before that play, Tristan Kaiser is out of this ball game. That's a big loss for this Port defense. And right there you see Gates, the biggest playmaker for this BG team, and you can see why. Once he got the corner, you could see it. He was gone.
So Gates goes 65 yards for the touchdown. Chetty on to kick the extra point. Snap is there, hold is there, kick is up, and that kick is good. And just like that, Bishop Guilfoyle goes back up 21-14. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. So with 3:29 to go here in quarter number 3, brought to you by Phil Hart's Friendly Inn. It is now Bishop Guilfoyle 21, Port Allegany 14. And Andy, how deflating is that for the Gators after they had worked so hard to get back in this game and tie it up? And just to watch Bishop Guilfoyle go with a big strike offense there.
Yeah, but it is. But at the same time, they're going to come out on this drive and try and do exactly what they did in their last drive. I think deflating, yes, but I don't think it's going to discourage them, too much. They're going to come out and try and do the same thing.
Chadi will kick off. Sends it deep where Bliss will take it at about the 7. Bliss at the 20, cuts at the 25, shrugs off a man, and he'll be down out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, maybe? They'll call it the 27.
And this is shaping up to be a 40-plus carry game for Aiden Bliss, already with 32.
How many yards does he have now, Andy?
154.
So it'll be at the 28-yard line, which is where they'll take over here. Port Allegany with 3:22 to go in the third quarter, now trailing 21-14 here on Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. So Bliss will come out of the Wildcat. They've been running this formation almost exclusively. Looks to find it on the short side. Now he cuts it upfield, hit at the 30, and he'll go down there after a pickup of about 2 on the play.
And that time, the BG defense a much better job of not allowing Bliss to get to the edge. He had to cut it back inside, and the defense was waiting for him.
It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 30. Also called that to the near side, Andy. There wasn't a lot of room over there already because of the sideline.
We had to see Hamilton Gates there for BG calming down Hayden Hosgood a little bit. Not sure what that was all about.
It was something. The official came in and talked a little bit with Yuso Young, too. By the time I saw it, Yuso was just sort of walking back towards
I think those two might have got into it a little bit.
So they're going to go here again in the Wildcat with Bliss from the 30. Low snap. And he will get maybe a yard on the play to the 31. So now it's 3rd down and 7 for the Gators here.
Yeah, and now you're in a position, again, 3rd and 7, not ideal for this Port offense. Has done all their damage on the ground. But don't be surprised if they stick with it. I think they're going to. I know it sounds strange on 3rd and 7, but I think they're going to keep the ball on the ground here.
In fact, they're bringing everybody in tight here. As Bliss will be out of the Wildcat again. Takes the snap. He's going to flip it to Wilfong, who throws it deep, and it's broken up.
But great job by Hamilton Gates, and I think that was Kellen Veyu. Veyu had a step. The ball was a little bit underthrown. That allowed Gates with the good speed to make the recovery. But shame on me for saying they're going to stick with the run there.
Well, that's a situation where Wilfong started the season as the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And you know he can throw the ball a little bit, and they tried a little bit of trickery there, and it just didn't work out for them. So now Veyu will be back to punt. His first punt was a 48-yarder in this direction.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind the call at all. Was just a little surprised by it.
So Hamilton Gates back deep to receive this punt from Veyu. This one's a little shorter. Gates will take it at the 30, stutter step to the 40, and he'll go out of bounds right there at the 40-yard line, where Bishop Guilfoyle will take over with 1:36 to play here in quarter number 3, brought to you by Phil Hart's Friendly Inn, and Bishop Guilfoyle winning right now 21-14.
And not to be one for history repeating itself for deja vu, but that 21 championship game between Guilfoyle and Red Bank Valley, 21-14. Still a quarter plus to go though.
So Kissel will have Consiglio as his sidecar here from the 40. And now Consiglio goes into the Wildcat formation. Looking to run. He cuts it upfield. He's got a lot of room. He's over the 50, still on his feet. Over the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. And again, the Bishop Guilfoyle offensive line just opening up a massive hole there.
Yeah, and again, they've done such a great job of running the ball, but I can't state enough the fact that Tristan Kaiser is such an important part of what Port does defensively, and him not being in the ball game now that's tough for them. It is.
At the 37-yard line is Bishop Guilfoyle. They'll go out of the shotgun with 2 backs flanking, and now they'll come out of that and shift out of that formation into a power pistol look. Here's a pitch back to Gates. Gates over the 35, cuts it up to the 30, still on his feet as he crosses the 30 to the 25. Another first down for the Marauders at about the 26-yard line.
And again, just picking up yards in chunks with the ground game are the Marauders.
So that'll be a 1st down and 10 for Bishop Guilfoyle at the 26 of Port Allegany, up 21-14. Under 30 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. And needless to say, Andy, Port Allegany not really a team that with a quarter left is built to rally from 2 scores down.
No, I mean, they did get down 14-0 early, but you're right. With 1 quarter to go, that would be awfully tough.
Consiglio out of the Wildcat. He's got a huge hole. He's going to still be on his feet. He's at the 10. He's into the end zone. Well, are they going to call him out of bounds? No, they're saying he's into the end zone for the touchdown, and Bishop Guilfoyle has now gone up 27-14.
And again, just this ground game. Usually, we're used to seeing the Gators, wearing other teams out as the game goes on. But this BG ground game has just been so impressive today, and just ripping off long runs. Consiglio, his third touchdown of the game here in the state final.
Now think about this: Bishop Guilfoyle is so loaded that they alternate kickers for extra points. Carter Boland kicked the extra point here. Kicked the second extra point, so he's trying here for the fourth one. Kick is up. That kick is good, and it is now 28-14 Bishop Guilfoyle with 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We'll be right back here on Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaport-allegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators! From top-notch tools to expert advice, Closest Lumber has your do-it-yourself and home improvement needs covered. Our services are tailored to meet your every need. Trust us as your local experts in one-stop shop for convenience, quality, and unmatched expertise in all things hardware. For over 50 years, Closest Lumber, with locations in Rowlett, PA, and Olean, New York, has been your trusted home improvement center. So stop in today or visit our online showroom at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your home improvement headquarters since 1973.
So Guilfoyle to kick off here with 9 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Now up 28-14 over Port Allegany. It was just a few seconds ago that it felt like the Gators had tied this game at 28. Now that ball's just going to die at the 25, where it's picked up by Vayu over the 30, and he gets to about the 34-yard line with 4 seconds to go in the quarter.
I don't think right now you have to change anything of what you do offensively if you're the Gators. I know, Coach Biankowski says he has complete confidence in Brennan Philhart as freshman quarterback. But again, we really haven't seen them in a situation where they've had to throw the ball, and they might, depending on what happens here, be in the situation where they have to do so.
They've already come out of not being in the Wildcat now. Philhart's in the gun with Bliss, his sidecar, and he's going to pitch it to VU, and VU is going to try to hit the edge, and he's going to get maybe a yard out of it. Bishop Guilfoyle is just too quick on the edges there, Andy, as the third quarter comes to an end. We'll be back after these messages. We head to the fourth. It is 28-14 Bishop Guilfoyle over Port Allegany here on Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. PIAA Class 1A Championship Football.
Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com. Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill. Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at portalleganychiropractic.com and oleanchiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
So we start the fourth quarter. It'll be a flip here to Bliss, who's going to get a couple yards out to the 38, but that's going to bring up a third down and long here for the Gators. It'll be a third and about 6.
Yeah, it's funny, just the previous two drives, Port really was going downhill in the running game. These last two drives, it seems like the BG defense has really kind of figured it out.
So 3rd down and 6, and you got to figure down 28-14 with the offense that they run. This might be 4-down territory, especially if they get close here, Andy.
I think so.
So they're going to go here with
play clock down to 5.
Now it's at 2, and Phil Hart will take it. Nope,
They're
going to get a delay of game here on the Gators. It's Bruno Iafrito wrestling camp penalty on Port Allegany, and that'll set them back now to 3rd and about 11 here. And I know you don't want to use your timeout if you're Justin Minkowski there, but
yeah, but I think he thought they could get the playoff in time. They just
in the NFL, I think they might have let
they let it go that extra half tick.
Yeah, they let that little bit. That in high school football, it just gets called quicker. So now they're going to have to go out of the gun here with Phil Hart, the freshman. He looks to throw. He wants to go down the field, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted at the 48-yard line by Riley. Brandon Riley has it inside the 35, out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So the first time that the freshman Phil Hart was asked to throw the ball downfield, it is picked off by BG, and now they're already up 2 scores and in great field position at the Port Allegany 25.
Yeah, and again, Port, you're in a situation where you got to throw the ball, and BG has some really good athletes in that secondary. Riley coming up with a pick there, and they're in business. And a score here really, would make it incredibly difficult for Port. It's already difficult, but
second turnover of the game for the Gators, who also turned it over inside their own territory on downs in this game as well.
Yep. And BG between Consiglio, Gates, and Kissel averaging over 12 yards a carry.
Consiglio will be the sidecar. Now going to flip it out here to Gates, and a nice tackle there made by, I think that was Guilfoyle.
That was Nick Guilfoyle. He just came flying in there to make that play.
Going to be a loss of a yard on the play back to the 26, maybe a loss of 2. It's going to be a loss of 2 back to the 27.
Yep, a good start on what is obviously a must stop here for Port Allegany.
10:35 on a running fourth quarter clock. It is Bishop Guilfoyle 28, Port Allegany 14. Gators trailed 14-0, tied it at 14 late in that third quarter, but then Bishop Guilfoyle with 2 late third quarter touchdowns to go back up by 14, 28-14. Handoff to Gates. He wants to throw it. He's got a guy wide open over there. It's Riley, and it's going to be a touchdown for Braden Riley on a little trickery by Bishop Guilfoyle, and that might just do it for the Marauders as they go up by 20 at 30-14.
Yeah, and going into his bag of tricks there is Coach Wheeler, and again, wide open on the play. It was Riley for the touchdown.
So give Bishop Guilfoyle a lot of credit. Port Allegany had smacked him in the mouth and gotten this game back to 14, and just like that, in very little time off the clock, not even 6 minutes, the Marauders have scored 3 times to go up 34-14. The extra point, though, is no good. So with 10:10 to play here in regulation, it is now 34-14 in favor of Bishop Guilfoyle. We'll be back here on high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
10:10 to play here, 34-14, Bishop Guilfoyle. And
you brought up something very interesting before we went to break there. Usually when you see what Port did there with that drive to start the third quarter, when they've punched teams in the mouth like that this season, that's usually one step before the knockout, which we've seen from them time and time again this year. But BG has had the counter and then some, my goodness.
So here's the kickoff. It's going to go back to the 5-yard line where Bliss will take it out over the 15, the 20, and is taken down at the 25-yard line by Jake Galosi. And it really, I mean, Andy, at 4:32 of the third quarter, Bliss scored on that 2-yard run to tie the game at 14. 3:29, Bishop Guilfoyle, that 65-yard run by Hamilton Gates, and then Consiglio with the touchdown with 9 seconds to go in the quarter, and then a minute and 50 seconds into the second quarter after the interception, it was Gates to Riley, and just like that, and literally, that's what, 3.5 minutes and 2 minutes and 50 seconds in less than, in just basically 6 minutes, it goes from 14-14 to 34-14, and Bliss is just blowing up in the backfield there for a loss of 2 on the play, and now there does look to be a BG player down on the play. While they tend to him, we'll step aside and thank some of our sponsors. You're watching high school or listening to high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany.
Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis, for all your retirement planning needs. Contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khavver@4kmc.com.
For over a century, the Friendly Inn has been an integral part of the Raleigh community. Generations have cherished memories of dining at the inn, growing up in its warm embrace, and some even enjoying their first legal drink. Stop in and enjoy a friendly burger, lager burger, or another customer favorite, our cheese sticks. Try our jumbo wings in over 15 different sauces, including our house-made friendly sauce and maple Cajun. Join us on the first Saturday of every month for a prime rib dinner. Like us on Facebook, Pearl Hearts Friendly Inn. Cold beverages, great food, good company.
So, on top of everything else, there was a flag on that play on Port Allegany, and the ball is now standing back at the 12-yard line. I did not catch what the flag was.
I did not either, judging by where it's. I'm assuming it was a hold or a block in the back.
Well, it's second down, so it would have had to have been a dead ball. And, I mean, honestly, as I'm looking at the play-by-play, they don't have it either, so they don't know what happened either. That was a 15-yarder on the Gators after whatever happened on that play. So now it's second down.
22?
Well, actually, I'm not sure what happened here, Andy. They're going to hand it here to Bliss, who now the ball's on the ground, and
they're going to roll him down. Yeah, they're going to roll him down. Bliss
there
actually,
there was a block in the back was what was called.
Okay.
But I'm confused as to why it was second down on the block on the.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. That's not.
As I'm looking at the play-by-play, I'm not sure what happened, but it's third down now, and it's third and forever here. As they're back at the 19-yard line, they've got to get out to the 35, and now we get a timeout called by Bishop Guilfoyle. So we'll take a second to step aside here. 9 minutes to go, 34-14, Bishop Guilfoyle in the lead.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
So it'll be a third down, and it appears to be 16 here. Had there been a personal foul after the play on Port Allegany is what had to have happened when that injury occurred, Andy.
Yeah, otherwise you would have, repeated the down.
Yeah, so it's third down and a country mile. They're going to give it to Bliss, and Bliss is going to get the first down and more.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Aiden Bliss out over the 35 to about the 40-yard line.
What a run by Aiden Bliss. There's no quitting that kid.
Pickup of 21 for Bliss on the play. It'll be a first down and 10 for the Gators at the own 40-yard line. 8:52 on a running clock here in the third quarter. Here's Bliss again. Takes contact and picks up about 4 on the play.
That's a tough 4 yards. I'll tell you what.
With that 4 yards, Bliss, I think, is now up to
193 on 39 carries.
He'll come out of the gun here with Philhart. With Bliss, and Bliss is going to run it again. It'll go over the 45 to about the 46-yard line, where it'll set up a third down and 4.
Carry number 40 on the day for Aiden Bliss.
That is a lot of carries. Actually, it was at 180. He was at 189 net. You were looking at the game.
Oh,
there.
I was. Yep, 191.
So he's at 191 on those 40 carries now. Not used to having stats done for us.
No, not at all.
Just sit back and call the game.
It's kind of nice.
So third down and about 4 for Port Allegany. Bliss will take it. Looking for some room, is hit and will be dropped at the 47-yard line, bringing up a 4th down and 3. And any small chance the Gators have of coming back in this game are pretty much going to rest on this 4th down and 3 play with 7:25 to go, trailing 34-14.
Again, I don't think, we'll see what they do here. They keep the ball in the hands of number 31.
That's what it looks like they're going to do as they go into the Wildcat. Is the play clock's down to 3, 2, 1, and now timeout called by Port Allegany, their first of the half.
6:53 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And we'll step aside with Bishop Guilfoyle leading Port Allegany 34-14 here on Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
Moe's Bar and Grill in Port Allegany. One of our customers called our offerings the best gourmet bar food you'll ever have. That pretty much sums us up. Stop in and see us at 68 West Mill Street, Port Allegany, or give us a call at 814-642-7999. That's 814-642-7999. Moe's Bar and Grill.
Back here at Chapman Field, 6:53 to play. It is Bishop Guilfoyle 34, Port Allegany 14. Gators facing a 4th down and about 3 from the own 47-yard line. So they're going to go in the Wildcat with Bliss. Senior will run to his left, trying to find the corner, and he will be stopped short at about the 49-yard line, and the ball will go back over on downs to Bishop Guilfoyle.
So used to seeing Bliss get that corner, but a good job that time by the BG defense just stringing that out.
Andy, regardless of the outcome here, and I mean, barring a miracle, Port Allegany's going to come up a little short. It's been a fantastic season for the Gators.
Really a season for the ages. I remember, of course, they were in the semifinals 2 years ago, but yeah, I remember that 2012 team that was just so explosive with, Matt Bodemer at quarterback and all the weapons they had. And you'd wondered if it seemed like a generational type of team, and there you are, 12 years later, and you got a team in the state championship game, but just phenomenal.
So Kissel will stay in here in the pistol. He's going to keep it himself as he hits the corner and gets maybe a yard or 2 on the play out to down to the 46-yard line. I'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for Bishop Guilfoyle.
And they're just going to be content to run clock here. 6.5 minutes to go.
Again, if you're just joining us, Port Allegany had tied the game at 14 with about 4.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. And in a span of just about 6 minutes, Bishop Guilfoyle scored 3 touchdowns to pretty much put the state title on ice.
An impressive response after that might be an understatement.
Kissel out of the pistol. Will give it to Casiglio. He stays on his feet, fighting for the first down. He's going to be about a yard short at the 39-yard line of Port Allegany as the clock rolls to 5:55 here on a rolling fourth quarter clock. Fourth quarter once again brought to you by Phil Hart's Friendly Inn. Special shout out to Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany for bringing us this football game today. Fox's Pizza, looking for a great place to eat before, during, or after the game? Then go to Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany, where you can always get a great meal. Order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com.
Boys, Consiglio, a tough runner. We talk about Bliss's ability to break tackles. He's the same way.
So third down and 1. Casiglio takes the snap, and he will bowl his way inside the 25 down to about the 22 for the first down for Bishop Guilfoyle.
Boy, talk about having a state championship game to remember. Torian Consiglio, 13 carries, 138 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Marauders at the Port Allegany 22, already leading 34-14, just under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Phil Hart's Friendly Inn. Casiglio again, just carrying Gators now to the down to the 15-yard line. Want to also thank Close's Lumber, Port Allegany Chiropractic, Moe's Bar and Grill, Kerry Halvert, Cades Margialis, Phil Hart's Friendly Inn, A Stitch in Time. All those great sponsors help us bring you this audio broadcast today, this historic game for the Port Allegany Gators.
This will be, if the score holds, the 5th state title for BG, all in the last 10 years.
There's Casiglio again, and he's going to have touchdown number 4 as he walks in from 15 yards out, and it is now 40-14 Bishop Guilfoyle.
And again, what a state championship game for that young man. He's like Bliss. He will be back next year, just a junior.
Unlike Bliss, his team will probably be able to reload around him. Kashadi will come in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up. That kick is good. And Bishop Guilfoyle now leads 41-14. We'll be back after these messages here on Fox's Pizza High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
From top-notch tools to expert advice, Closest Lumber has your do-it-yourself and home improvement needs covered. Our services are tailored to meet your every need. Trust us as your local experts in one-stop shop for convenience, quality, and unmatched expertise in all things hardware. For over 50 years, Closest Lumber, with locations in Rowlett, PA, and Olean, New York, has been your trusted home improvement center. So stop in today or visit our online showroom at closestlumber.com. Closest Lumber, your home improvement headquarters since 1973. 22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Alfredo Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
Back here with 4:01 to play in this one. It is Bishop Guilfoyle 41, Port Allegany 14. And again, if you just joined us, it was 14-14 with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Just an onslaught by BG here since that point. And
well, what's amazing, Andy, is you look down that offensive line of Bishop Guilfoyle, they got 2 seniors on the offensive line.
Yeah. It's impressive for a lot of guys that are going to be coming back. As Bliss and Veyu back deep for the Gators.
Cotty will kick it off here. Sends it deep it'll bounce and then just die, where Vayu takes it at the 13, gets over the 20, the 25, picks his way over the 30, almost out to about the 34-yard line. It's a nice return there by Kellen Vayu.
And again,
Vayu.
yeah,
I'm sorry about that, Kellen.
You're going to look at this. People are going to look at the score and be like, "Oh, this game wasn't that competitive." Well, it was. It's to your point, 14-14 with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and it's just.
I'm with you, Andy. Like when it got to 14-14, I felt like Port Allegany was one stop away from winning a state championship,
and
they didn't get it. Give Gates, Hamilton Gates credit. He hit that edge, went 65 yards, and I said at the time how deflating it might be, and it really looks like it was.
Yeah, just just killer.
So Phil Hart will come out of the gun. Looks to throw. Now he's going to run it. He's going to run it back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe lose a yard there. Now the thing is Aiden Bliss has had an historical season running the football. Mm-hmm. But when you look at this Port Allegany team, Andy, and they graduate so much on the offensive line, and you've got a kid that's 220 back there, as great of a running back as he is there a chance we could see him on the offensive line next year?
No.
You don't think so at all?
I think it's an interesting theory. But you have a guy that just rushed for over 3,000 yards. My guess would be that's not going to happen.
As Bliss will take this handoff, and Bliss has some room up over the 35, the 50, down to the 45-yard line. He goes Aiden Bliss to the 40. Yeah, they'll call it the 45.
And that's going to put him over 200 yards for the game.
And 3,300 for the season.
Wow.
So first down here for the Gators at the 45 of Bishop Guilfoyle, down to 2:50 to play. Bishop Guilfoyle 41-14. And Bliss will hit the line, pick up maybe a yard on it to the 44. This doesn't end our season, though, Andy. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock. 1:10 kickoff for the Central Clarion Troy AA game.
And the coach, Larry Weiser.
And it'll be up to Central Clarion to try to bring home that first ever state title for District 9.
Playing Troy.
Second down and 9 for the Gators. Hand off to Bliss as he tries to bounce it to the right. He's at the 40. Makes a move, gets down to about the 34-yard line. 36-yard line, excuse me.
And again, this is not going to take away at all from what the Gators have accomplished this season. This has become really a juggernaut of a program in District 9.
So it'll be third and about 1 here for Port Allegany. Hand off to Bliss. Bliss will pick up the first down and stiff arm his way to about the 31-yard line. That is carry number
46.
Wow. My goodness. I hope he doesn't plan on wrestling tomorrow.
Him or Young or Neely or a lot of those guys.
They are going to play basketball tomorrow, though. Here's a little pitch pass, and that is Vayu, and Vayu is inside the 25, inside the 20, down to the 19 as the Gators enter the Pizza Hut red zone.
Of course, Jared Funk stand on the basketball team. Basketball weather permitting, of course.
They listed that on the play-by-play as a pass, Andy, so make sure that when we do our final stats, we get that as a run.
And Bliss is going into the end zone one final time this season. Didn't mean to step on your toes
it's okay,
there.
Andy.
But Aiden Bliss, what a way to cap what was a historic season. A 19-yard touchdown run with 36 seconds to play.
It is a stitch-in-time touchdown for the Gators. Bliss's third of the game. Makes it 41-20. and pads his District 9 record to 56 on the season, and now Bliss is looking for the two-point conversion, and he's in there as well, and so it's 41-22, and that's the other thing about Aiden Bliss. He's run for two-point conversions today, Andy.
Yeah.
That gives him 46 two-point conversions on the season. He has 46 two-point conversions and 56 touchdowns.
Wow.
You know, I mean, he has found he has gotten into the end zone on a scoring play over 100 times.
That's incredible.
It's a season for the ages for Aiden Bliss, in a season that's had season for the ages from a couple of different players, and we'll see one of those tomorrow in Jace Ferguson.
Yeah. Just two historic seasons.
So now Funk will kick it off here with 36 seconds to go. His team trailing 41-22. That wasn't, again, that should have been a pass to Vayu. They statted that wrong.
So that was at 12 yards from Phil Hart.
So give Phil Hart a completion in a state title game. And Bliss will finish with 47 carries for 249 yards, it looks like, unless they kick an onside kick, and I don't think they will.
No.
They're going to kick it deep here. Coming up and taking it and then taking a knee.
Like Gates.
Is
that Riley? It's Riley, Braden Riley.
Riley. Oh, no, it was actually number 13, Isaac Yeski.
Oh, my bad. Well,
so Yeski,
there we go. Got it wrong twice.
Yeah. You'd figure that Guilfoyle will just come out here and take a knee as they're hugging it out. They're knowing they've got this state championship in the books at 41-22 with 34 seconds to go.
One knee ought to do it. And again, congrats to the BG, of course, the fifth state championship all in the last 10 years. But what a season for the Gators. What an incredible season.
Made the community all along the North Tier very proud of them and shouldn't hang their heads for finishing second in the state. They'll get a trophy to take home still, as the runner-up does get a trophy, and they can put that for all time in the trophy case at Port Allegany High School as the final knee is taken, and Bishop Guilfoyle will win this one 41-22. We'll be back here to wrap things up. You've been watching or listening to high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. Hold on. Yeah.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Afrito Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th to the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
For over a century, the Friendly Inn has been an integral part of the Raleigh community. Generations have cherished memories of dining at the inn, growing up in its warm embrace, and some even enjoying their first legal drink. Stop in and enjoy a friendly burger, lager burger, or another customer favorite, our cheese sticks. Try our jumbo wings in over 15 different sauces, including our house-made friendly sauce and maple Cajun. Join us on the first Saturday of every month for a prime rib dinner. Like us on Facebook. Pilhar's Friendly Inn. Cold beverages, great food, good company.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegany, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end.
Back here wrapping this one up, final score, Bishop Guilfoyle 41, Port Allegany 22. The Gators become the 4th District 9 team to finish second in the state of Pennsylvania in football. Congratulations to Justin Minkowski and the group of Port Allegany Gators on that great accomplishment. It's now time for the Stitch in Time post-game show for all your custom embroidery needs, from hats, shirts, hoodies, jackets, blankets, bags, all with your company or school logo. Go to Stitch in Time. Time for our Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. A second here to get you that. So Bishop Guilfoyle started the scoring on a 12-yard run from Taryn Consiglio at the 2:07 mark of the first quarter. The Marauders go up 14-0 as Consiglio with a 6-yard touchdown run, 7:06 left in the second quarter. Port Allegany got on the board before halftime on an Aiden Bliss 3-yard touchdown run, and then the 2-point conversion run, and it was 14-8 at halftime in favor of Bishop Guilfoyle. Port Allegany came out and went 13 plays, 59 yards, and 7 minutes, 23 seconds to start the second half. Aiden Bliss, 2-yard rush. His 2-point conversion attempt failed, and we were tied at 14 with 4:32 to go in the third quarter. But Bishop Guilfoyle scored 4 straight touchdowns, including 3 in quick order. At the 3:29 mark of the third quarter, it was Hamilton Gates going around the right end for 65 yards for a touchdown, 21-14 BG after the extra point. Consiglio, his third rushing touchdown of the game, this one from 26 yards out with 9 seconds to go in the third quarter, and it was 28-14. Then, following an interception by Braden Riley, Riley caught a trick pass play from Hamilton Gates, going 27 yards, and it was 34-14 Bishop Guilfoyle with 10:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Then Consiglio, his 4th rushing touchdown of the game, this one from 15 yards out with 4:01 to go, making it 40-14. Bliss picked up his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game, his 56th of the season, a District 9 record, from 19 yards out with 36 seconds to go. He ran for the 2-point conversion, and it was 41-22, our final score. Let's take a look at our Acrisure statistics here for Bishop Guilfoyle. Consiglio had 15 carries for 160 yards and 4 touchdowns. Gates, 7 carries, 101 yards and a touchdown. Kissel, the quarterback, 4 of 6 passing for 22 yards, also ran 6 times for 43 yards. For the Gators, it was Aiden Bliss, and it was Aiden Bliss 47 times for 249 yards and 3 touchdowns, accounting for pretty much all of Port Allegany's offense on the day. Again, time for the Pizza Hut scoreboard. There are no other scores, obviously, right now. Later on at 7:10 today, it'll be the Class 4A championship game between Bonner Pendergast and Lampeter Stroudsburg. Then tomorrow at 1:10 p.m. right here on the YDL Sports Network, Troy against Central Clarion in the 2A championship game. Tomorrow night at 7:10 p.m., the 5A championship game, Roman Catholic against Bishop McDevitt. Then on Saturday at 1:10 p.m., it's Northwestern Lehigh against Avonsworth in the 3A championship game, followed by the 6A game at 7:10 p.m. on Saturday night, St. Joseph's Prep against Central Catholic. Time to name our Allegany Grill of Foxburg players of the game for Bishop Guilfoyle. It will be a pretty easy one there, as it is Taryn Consigliano with the 4 rushing touchdowns for Port Allegany. Aiden Bliss with another monster game, 3 touchdowns, and computer's being a little slow here. I apologize. 3 touchdowns and 249 yards rushing. That will give Bliss on the season. Do the quick math here for you to give you his final numbers in this historic season for Aiden Bliss. 349 carries for 3,429 yards and 56 touchdowns. And again, final score, Port Allegany falls to Bishop Guilfoyle 41-22. And again, special thanks to Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany, Close's Lumber, Port Allegany Chiropractic, Moe's Bar and Grill, Kerry Halvert, Cades Morgellus, the Philhart Friendly Inn, and A Stitch in Time. Without those great sponsors, we wouldn't have been able to give you today's broadcast. Remember, folks, join us tomorrow, 12:30 airtime for the 1:10 kickoff between Central Clarion and Troy. That'll do it for my partner, Andy Close. This is Chris Rossetti saying goodbye and congratulations to Port Allegany on a great season, finishing second in the state, falling to Bishop Guilfoyle 41-22 in this championship game.